Boom. We're live. You can hit it, Justin.
Oh, sweet.
Newsflash, buddy.
All right. Episode 158. Over the show. To be live from Michigan. Jarvis Jerry.
Beep, 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 beep.
And our special guest tonight. Last week we had Rye Guy. This week, come right back from Japan. Sadizzle.
What's going on? First time, long time.
First time, long time.
Happy to be.
Not like you had your own show on the channel, but yeah.
But that was a long time ago. Yeah, So this is the first time in a long time.
Which, you know what, Justin? Fuck Jer real quick. Let's get right on into it immediately. Let's do a quick Sadui review episode real fast, because you were in Japan when the Dodgers won. Show you Tani. Give us a little breakdown.
Yeah, Jer's super juiced about this to start the show. Yeah, dude.
I will say I'm very surprised that they came back and won.
Yeah, Game 7 was one for the ages, like in terms of a sports fan. But out there, the cool thing is, I would say, is they have a whole channel dedicated to Shohei Ohtani. Like, they just keep the camera on him completely, and that's in addition to the main game channel. Just to give you an idea of like how big that dude is out there, because it is wild. Like when he's playing, and like you can walk by bars and stuff. The Dodgers are always on, so like. Yeah, he's a big deal out there. I'm trying to make it more Jer specific when I talk about him, as opposed to like the game itself.
He's on every billboard. He's on all the billboards, the T ones, like everything. He's everywhere. It's wild.
Yeah, I was reading some articles. Yeah, like he's bigger than everyone. Like any politician, any like music star, anything. He's the biggest thing out there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
For sure. Which I imagine being there while the World Series was going had to be special, because, I mean, I was there and baseball was just starting, and, like, you would see a Dodger hat. Every other person's rocking one, Yeah,
there are definitely a lot of people rocking Dodger stuff out there. And then I think there's also, like, a bunch of tourists who are out there who are wearing Dodgers things, because, like, they came out there and were like, oh, let me buy something, like...
Let me get in the vibe.
And then, like, yeah, and then like let me also like that's what I felt, was like a lot of people just like wearing like super clean looking Dodgers jerseys. Like, oh, you just bought that. You know what I mean? Like, you got that when you're out here. There was a lot of that. There's actually one Blue Jays fan I saw, and he was a total dick on the subway. I remember that, like,
Japanese fellow or tourist.
He was a tourist, obviously. I mean, he was a super tourist, fat dude and shit.
Why guy?
So not from Canada.
Yeah, he's wearing the Blue Jay stuff, and like he was actually in one of the games was going on at the time that he was going on the subway, and so he had it on his phone while he was sitting there, and like he was watching it, and he was just like kept his luggage in the way so no one could get by, and people were very upset about that. But he's being a jerk.
Yep, you see those guys.
Did he have the sound on? Was he listening? Did he have the sound on?
He had his headphones on, so he was able to like.
Okay.
He was not making it like blaring out to everyone else. You know what I mean?
You gotta give him that, though. You gotta give him that.
I was like, dude, take better care of your luggage while you're out there, because you're just making a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Jerry,
is this on the train to do with the guy in the luggage? You said on the train. Now is this on the bullet train or like the subway?
Subway.
The subway? My goodness, egregious on the subway.
Yeah, it was egregious, and he was, he's an egregious guy. He was making a statement about what the Blue Jays and taking over out here. But like, yeah, it was a lot of Dodgers
stuff. Making a statement.
Yeah.
Were you out and about when they actually won?
No, when they won Game 7, I was back here in the United States. So I saw Game 7 here in the United States. But
in California, baby. You went from Japan to California. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I was there when like they played in the NLCS, like the championship series beforehand. So like I remember when Shohei had some game during the playoffs that was like really, really good. It was like a big deal. He had like 4 home runs or some shit like that. And I remember that like it was on the news like quite a lot. Like if you watch a regular news channel out there, it was like Shohei Otani Shohei. Like that's how they, I don't know, they say his last name first or something. And they go, yeah, he came out here and he did something. And it's just like, yeah, big deal. But yeah, he was like he's a big superstar. That's all it is, you know. And they don't have like a ton of them who are like international superstars. You know, whoever they have in sports, like, you know, people out there know them, but not like the whole United States, the whole world does, and that's what kind of Shohei is. So he's like a big star for them.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So
let's move into the actual trip then. You know?
Yeah.
Give us a play-by-play. Like, where did you like day one? You fly into Tokyo. Boom, you're there. Now, should I go to the photos on your page right now off tops? Oh.
Yeah, you can go to some of the photos. I'm actually watching some of these streams, right, and able to in order to see it. Yeah. So this is Taiwan.
Okay, so let me go to the other one.
No, this is fine. I'll talk about Taiwan really quick. So, because I was there. So yeah, we went to Taiwan for 4 days. 4 days we were out there, right? Like 4 full days basically. And so, funnily enough, and this was not planned, obviously, because my dad planned this trip, not me or someone else. But at the time that I arrived in Taiwan that Saturday, it was their it was like their Pride Parade festival thing, right?
Festival thing. Now, gotcha.
Taipei.
I don't.
Did you find Taipei?
Yeah. Where did you fly into?
Taipei.
Okay, you're in Taipei.
So Taipei is where they're having the festival, right?
Okay.
And it's a pretty big deal because like when we arrived in Japan, right? So I don't know if you're aware of this, Jared, but when you're out there, you can either like, you know, use your company's roaming, you know, whatever it is, and get that as your wireless, or you can buy like a little pocket Wi-Fi from them, right? And and that Wi-Fi you can just keep with you in your backpack or something, and that operates as like your Wi-Fi out there, and it's cheaper usually than like roaming charges that you would pay with like Verizon or something. At least I know with Verizon it's expensive, right? So anyway, when we went to pick up that Wi-Fi, there was just some British guy who was like living in Japan, obviously, who was explaining us how it all worked. Anyway, fast forward to going to Taiwan, like at the same time as that festival, which I didn't know until we got there, which I'll tell you how we found out. But we get there, and like that guy who gave us the wireless, he was heading down from Japan to Taiwan for that parade, because he was definitely, you know, that's just the vibe, right? So and him and his boyfriend I also saw he was on the same flight as us going down there. So anyway, that thing is cracking, and I don't know if it's because like Japan is also kind of like repressed or something, or the other countries like Indonesia and whatever it is are kind of like repress the Philippines, but you get a lot of people, tourists from out there were there for that parade, right? And that's the thing. Because when we were out there, we were at some cafeteria, and we were picking up stuff, and there were just random people walking in with like BDSM like outfits and shit.
Oh, so full blown.
Yeah, full blown like BDS. So like they were seeing that, and my parents, they don't know what that shit is. They're just like, "What's going on here? Like, is it like a costume parade or something?" I'm like, "No, you guys, it's a fucking."
I don't know, Jared.
Right?
If we could show if it gets real visual.
Oh, the beefcakes.
I mean,
I didn't.
The beefcakes.
I didn't take a picture of the parade, but like, so anyway, when we were going on, like, we went on a tour of Taiwan, like with a guy, like through up and down, like kind of the country or whatever it is, right?
Okay.
When we were going on that, there was a bunch of people from the parade, you know, who were still chilling in Taiwan just to kind of get the experience, who went with us, and like, there were a lot of people from the Philippines who came up, or down, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know if that's like a big deal, like in like their particular Pride parade, but there was a lot of people that from like out of town, let's say, who were attending that thing. And yeah, so it was cracking out there when we were there for that weekend. You know what I mean? In terms of people.
Yeah.
Wait, so let's start back over though. So do you fly in? You land at night or in the daytime?
To Taiwan.
Into Taiwan,
we arrived during the daytime. Taiwan is an hour behind Japan, so like it's 3:30 in Japan, it's 2:30 in Taiwan.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we got there like pretty early. Like I want to say like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock or something like that. We got there.
And then how many days?
And
How many days are you there?
4 days
Okay.
basically. And interestingly enough, and I wish I could have gotten I tried to get Shazammed it, but when we got off the airport to go at Taiwan, right? It was pouring and shit. So we decided to call an Uber to take us to the hotel instead of like trying to navigate subways or shit like that. And we get in, and this dude is playing the craziest like house music with like weird like cat sounds in the background. So I tried to Shazam the song, right, to try to find it, and it's just like there is no match. Like we cannot find a match. I'm like, come on, like let me like fucking find this song. And then like it transitioned from that to like this very slow operatic, Taiwanese song, like a woman like almost singing like when the Titanic was actually going down in the movie. I forget what the song is with Celine Dion. It's like it feels like that like operatic thing. So the taxi
My
driver was
heart will go on.
yeah, yes. So the
Interesting.
taxi driver was wild on our way to Taiwan. Whatever kind of music that they listen to, it's intense. Like
Okay.
they got some sick ass tastes.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about Taiwan too is like everything like at least Taipei I should say, but even Taiwan in general. But all the buildings, bro, they look ugly as shit from the outside. And I'm not trying to be critical of their country or anything, but
And
like
this is like the
that's what I
downtown
tried to get
district or like everything?
everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
Okay.
that's why I tried to capture in this photo, because like the problem was it was raining like every day we were there, like constant, nonstop rain.
This
So
just
it
looks
was
like
hella
bad.
hard to
This
take
also looks like
photos.
bad parts of Tokyo, though, too. Like it reminds me very similar of certain areas I would go to and be like, oh, okay, this is an older district, possibly.
Yeah, this is how Taipei at least looks all over, just
But
super
then your
ugly.
next photo's a beautiful
Every-
shot, dog.
well, that's us going to look at a waterfall.
Right,
Like so,
right.
there's a lot of greenery there, right? It's one there's like there it's always raining. I think
It's
there's
a
a lot. It's a
beautiful shot,
humid.
dude.
It's a humid climate, so they're obviously having a lot of rain and shit, and that's why it's very lush. As you can clearly see, there's a lot of like lush areas of Taiwan, and that's what we saw at the waterfall. But like the actual places themselves, they're very like the exterior is like ugly. This is just like their main like
This is one of their big
Renaissance
temples.
building or something.
Oh, this is a
Huh?
Renaissance building. It's not a temple.
No, it's not a town. It's like a concert hall like slash like memorial building. It's like like the Lincoln Memorial in DC,
Yeah, I've been there with you, I
right?
think. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that for them, right? This is their thing. This is their version of that. So like when you walk through this and you keep walking down, you're gonna see that kind of memorial, right? But also this place doubles as like a concert place, and like like a shows and stuff can happen here. So there's music halls on either side, and they put on music performances in like the main plaza, which is like massive. You can imagine. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on right there. But in general, like I said, in Taiwan, it's like their exteriors are like super ugly, bro. Super ugly. And so you kind of when you get there, especially if you come from Japan, and especially if you've only been in Tokyo, you're like, man, this kind of looks run down, right? But it's not like a rundown place in a weird way. Like when you go inside, it's like it's kind of nice. You know what I mean? So, but exteriors are all just like terrible and stuff, out there. Um, so yeah, but this was like their memorial hall and stuff, and like they were setting up for a concert or something out there when we were there,
Okay.
which is kind of interesting. And I had some more photos of that, but like I didn't post them all. So in any case, yeah. And then the Pikachu plane, which you saw, right? The
Oh, I
Pokemon
thought
plane.
Okay, we'll go. Wait, hold on. Let me get back. Yes. All right. Yeah, I have questions about that. Yeah, let's get. I mean, I got a
What
ton
are
of questions,
oh, yeah,
but
by the way, those shoes. I should go back to those shoes.
okay, let's go
really
back to the
quick.
shoes. Let's go back to the shoes. Get into the shoes then. All right, go ahead.
So the shoes. So when I was in Taiwan, there's like this night. They're famous for their night markets. Taipei, at least, they're famous for their night markets, and they have a few of them. They're pretty popular. So we went to one of them, and like they have a variety of different food, but after a while, it does get repetitive. You're gonna get a lot of like sausages, tempura, different kinds, some stuff that you might think is a little weird, like fried eel or something. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
with,
yeah.
with
What did you
red
think?
meat.
Did you eat eel? What'd you think?
Yeah, I had eel. I had eel liver as well.
Eel's pretty good, dude.
Eel's pretty good. Eel liver, not so good. Not a fan of that.
But like, how did you have it? You had it cooked with like the brown like sauce on top, and then just with some rice.
Yeah, when I got it during like a walking market.
Okay.
So it was more like on the go kind of version of that.
Like on a
But,
stick?
Like you got the sauce, but like yeah, it's on a stick.
On a stick. Yeah, I know what you're
And-
talking about. Good though, right?
Yes, I liked the eel. I did not like the eel liver.
Yeah,
like
I
said.
got
The
you. I
eel
got
was-
you. I'm following you. Eel liver doesn't sound appealing to do. Anything that's liver based doesn't seem appealing.
Yeah. Now this Tubi, you may have seen this as well in Japan. I think they have this there, but this is pretty big in Taiwan. Like any place where you go to tourists, they're selling these types of things, which is like it's these waffle things filled with cheese.
Going back to this.
Yeah, so these shoes. So it's these waffle things filled with cheese. So it's like a waffle exterior, as you can see, but on the inside it's all cheese and cheese or chocolate, depending on what you choose. I think we chose cheese because that was their specialty kind of thing, and we wanted to see what that was like. And then we also have one chocolate later as well. And so like that's that thing, and they do them all in very like interesting ways. So like we got one with the shoe. You'll see one with like coins. You know, like just the Taiwan coin, like get it from that. It's like you'll see it with like a pho cheeseburger. You know what I mean? So it looks like some other type of food. So it's all types of stuff, but this is pretty fucking good. Like when you're a little like drunk, let's say off some sake or something, and you just want to get some nice dessert to finish off your thing, bro. This hits the spot right here.
Yeah,
So,
no, I didn't really mess with these. I know what Tosadu's talking about. I did see this like fried objects. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, they're great. I really enjoyed them. But maybe I decided
the shoe ones you sent us the photo must be the chocolate ones because it's got like powdered sugar and fucking.
No, it's like any one that you pretty much get.
But it's also got little fucking little sugar dudes on it and shit, little sprinkles and stuff.
I definitely know we had one chocolate and one cheese. I'm pretty sure this is the cheese one, but maybe I'm confusing this.
It's got oh my god, dude, marshmallows, the little
yeah,
the little weird.
Even the cheese version is a dessert thing, dude. It's not like the cheese one,
it's
like
bizarre.
the breakfast thing,
Yeah. He's asking, was it like a sweet cheese?
It was hot.
It must be. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it must be. It must be. I got you.
It was really warm.
That's the only food photo you got, though, huh?
Huh?
That was the only food pic you got in Taiwan.
I did take a picture of a couple sausages and stuff on a stick that I got, but I didn't just post them on Instagram. But I have them. I have some pictures of, like some sausages and like some steak bites and stuff. But I really wasn't impressed with those. The sausage was a little bit sweeter than what we normally have here. Like our version of like hot links or even a bratwurst or something. It's a little bit different type of sweetness to it. And you would find it's almost like tangy in some kind of way, but it's good. But I'm also it's not like special, It's not like, oh my god, you got to get the wild boar sausage when you're out there,
Is it like langonista or something? I don't know. I know what you're talking about because the Philippines has something similar that I never remember the name, but it's like it's like a sweeter sausage. It's good. I enjoy it. Okay. What was the best thing you had?
In Taiwan, I would say it was this barbecue that we had that was like like almost like a Korean style barbecue, but like it was Taiwan.
Wait.
kind of thing. So it was just like interesting rice like dumplings and stuff like that. I don't know. It was interesting, but it was good. I really enjoyed that. And Taiwan, that was my favorite
So
thing.
is Taiwan sausage, going back to that real quick, is that it's similar to a Chinese sausage, right? Like they even
I've
sell
never
that
had a
they even sell that
sausage.
at Costco.
That's I think so.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
yeah.
sure it's wild boar, or whatever that sweet sausage is.
Yeah,
That's,
I've they got this at Costco and stuff, and at 99 cents ranch for sure. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Sadu. I didn't really see this in Japan though, huh?
I didn't see it in Japan either. I think it's a function. I think it's a Taiwan kind of thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they all have that shit out there because everywhere you go, that's like a tourist spot. They all have the same type of things.
Yeah.
Right in Taiwan. So
The
one
same in
of-
Japan
one of
though,
my
right?
things-
Like you start to see the repetitive tourist
Yeah.
spots.
But I would say Japan's still a little more diverse. Like the thing that you'd always see in Taiwan is like those sausages, right? You would see these little pineapple like cakes, pineapple like cookies, anything pineapple related.
Pineapple's
There's a lot of
big. I love pineapple, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of there was this black pineapple bread thing.
James
That's
Tyson,
like
Taiwan pineapple.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I love it, sure. Those look
See
good,
what
bro.
popped
How
up.
were those, Sadu? Did you try them?
Yeah, I tried them. I mean, it was fine, but it was just I'm not a big fan of pineapple,
Okay.
so I was
You're
just
not
What's wrong
like,
with you? It's weird. That's weird.
Well, it gives
You-
me it's
you- are
it's
you
pretty
pineapple
acidic.
on the pizza? Huh?
I'm a pineapple guy. Pineapple's great. Pineapple juice.
Yeah, I
pineapple chunks,
love pineapple, but I can only
coconut
eat
pineapple ice
raw
cream.
pineapple. I can only eat a certain amount before it really fucks up my stomach. Being real.
That's fair.
It's
Okay.
because it's so
That's
so.
true.
If, I like because I'll get down. It's like fucking candy to me, man. I'm with you, Jerry. Like I can eat pineapple, you know. But then the next
Starts running through
morning,
you, though.
I'm feeling that the next morning. Like, oh god, I need to get some Tums in me. Acidic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Let me get into some questions, though, motherfucker. We're jumping all over
Yeah,
the
what's
place. Let's get into it
Okay.
real fast. Jerry, look it up. The Pokemon plane. Now, in Japan, I did see a lot of themed trains and different themed shit. Now, I
Yeah.
did not look out to get to ride on any of them. I was lucky enough to be in the station and see a bunch pull through the station. Saw the One Piece train, was juiced. Saw a couple Disney trains, juiced. Sedizzle, lucky enough, I'm assuming you rode this plane from Japan to Taiwan?
Actually, from Taiwan back to Japan.
Okay.
Which
So-
one was it? Because there
Here,
seems to be.
here's the photo. Justin has a photo outside. He was on the white one. It's got Pikachu's little buddy, and then looks like Psyduck here in the back. We got a little Psyduck. Love Psyduck. Big fan of him. Now, I'm sure
yeah.
you know, Sadu. I'm sure you saw a lot of Pokemon. Like the stores are pretty predominant all over Japan, and
Yeah, they're
you
all
see
over
a lot of
yeah.
Pokemon. It's one of the
Yeah,
things I think
they're in-
you see the most. One Piece, I think, is the thing you see the most, but Pokemon might be number two. But to end up on the plane is pretty badass to do. So dive us into
and
how it
it's
happened.
not- Yeah, so it was very random. It was not planned. It wasn't like we chose the Pikachu plane. We just got the plane. So it was interesting because like it's not just that the outside is Pikachu out, right, or Pokemoned out. The inside is also Pokemoned out. So you have these on each seat. That's your little like a white little rest. There's also like the lights are multicolored to resemble like all the the character. I don't know, just Pikachu and Pokemon.
I think just the
And it's
vibe,
hard to
yeah.
see- But on the luggage itself, the luggage kind of cabinet.
Yeah, I see that.
You can kind of see the characters. There's like character stickers on all of that. Sorry again, I can't. I could have posted a better photo, I guess, but that is there. You'll see like Pikachu holding balloons. You'll see
Yeah,
like, a
right through
bunch
here,
of,
right? Is that what we're
you
talking
know,
about?
Stuff.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the balloons. Pikachu with the balloons is right there. I see that, Sadu. Yep.
So you see a bunch of the
Now, is
characters
that-
on there. So it's
Let's get. I got some fucking nerdy questions to do. This is where I'm really gonna chime in
Yeah.
here. Now, did that feel like it's just a fucking cheap little sticker, or did it feel like it was actually part of the plane, like authentically there, or they just did a quick little sticker jobby and slapped these in?
These felt more quick sticker jobby kind
Okay.
of you added these in. It did not feel like they were like woven into
The plastic.
the plastic or
Okay.
something. It
That's what I
felt more
thought.
like it was stuck on. So yeah, because I was looking at them like closely and I'm like, yeah, they're stuck on nicely, but they look stuck on. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
like, it's like that kind of thing. But the coolest thing was really the lights
The
that you can
lights.
kind of see like with that.
Oh, so
Like
Jerry's got the whole
that was
thing.
just dope.
Uh,
Yeah, that was just pretty dope. Like it was just a fun
oh, cool.
like
Is that the
it
plane
was
right
fun.
there, Jared? Can we go back up to see the full size plane? Is that right there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a better picture of it.
Wow. So Sadu, I mean, that's pretty cool though. The cool thing about that, Sadu, let me
Yeah.
say this: I've never ridden on a plane that was memorable to where we can Google it and find the plane. At least with it having the cool decals, Jerry can find the fucking one. You know, we're like, oh, there's the plane you flew on, Sadu.
It's a Scoot Company Pokemon
Yeah.
plane. You could probably look it up.
There
Like,
it is. Aw, there it is, dude. That's your plane, dude.
there it is. Yeah. That's it's amazing. Like that is exact plane. So yeah, it was raining, so it was tough to get like each great shot of it. But that's a much better photo than I
That's
have.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, and you know what?
And look,
Like
the
I'll say
little
this
decal
too.
on the end here around the thing too with the Pokeball. Love it. Wow, great job.
And I'll say this too about being on it. Like, I'm not a a Pokemon fan, and
Mhm.
neither are my parents. But it was fun to be on it. Like, you genuinely felt like, oh, but this is cool.
Yeah.
This is like an experience thing. Like, I like that we're on this plane. So, I can only bet like what it's like if you're actually like a fan of that whole thing. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was
I
cool.
would have
So
been tripping balls. I won't lie. I would have been like, "What?" We ended up like just seeing them come through the train station. I don't know if you lucked out and saw some of the wild trains that will actually the ones that they've decaled out. I mean, they're the same train. They've just wrapped it with a decal. But seeing them come through the station when they're all wrapped up with an anime or Disney or whatever, I was like, "Wow." That is trip because they do a good job. Like it's very well done. The theming on the outside, that's awesome to do. That and it's a luck
Yeah.
of the draw, man. Like I didn't know what plane I was going to be on or anything of the sort till you're there, and then you're like, oh shit. Because I saw one of the Pokemon planes at the airport when we landed, because they're all there. You know what I mean? Like, and so when you pull up to Tokyo Airport, there's a bunch of themed planes chilling in that airport. It's a very interesting airport.
I know, and as Jared's showing there, like if you look at all the in-flight merch, it's all like Pokemon stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
hell
But it's
yeah.
like we looked at it, but it's like super overpriced.
Oh,
Like
I'm
as you
sure.
can imagine.
Oh,
Like
I'm
it's
sure.
through the roof. Like that hat's like $60 or something. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
You
absurd.
know? I'm just saying,
Absurd.
like, but yeah.
All right, so there was that. What other photos did we get in Taiwan? I got more Taiwan questions, but okay. You got your cards here, your train
Oh yeah,
cards.
the IC cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a Street Fighter
those
one.
Yeah, so like each one obviously is just some random thing, which I mean, as far as I understand, like Street Fighter is a Japanese game, so I'm kind of surprised like that was there. But yeah, that was one of them. This guy is popular in Taiwan.
But these
I
are San
Google
Reno.
him.
These are Japanese characters as well.
Okay, but I had no idea who these guys were, so I had to Google them to find out. But this guy, you see him quite a lot.
Which character?
He's from this Bad Bats Maru.
Which one is that though? Is that the bear with the black eyes, the little kitty, or the bird?
I think it's the center bird. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen him before as well. But yeah, they're Sanrio characters. It's the same as Hello Kitty.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly it. He's from the Hello Kitty universe. I had to look that up. So anyway,
but they're the poppin' ones in Taiwan.
Huh?
But these are the popping characters of Taiwan.
I saw like when you go to like random like souvenir shops, like you see this guy a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, I think he's popular enough out there.
Oh wow, yeah, they had two different ones, and it's the same three characters. So that's maybe like the Sanrio Taiwan characters. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything. I saw a lot of Sanrio shit while in Japan. I'm sure you did too. Hello Kitty and merchandise. We got Alessi a little Hello Kitty where it's holding the black egg from Mount Fuji. It's like a little squeezy thing, you know, like almost like a dog toy, to be honest. But like
Yeah,
I'm not. There's like 50 different Sanrio characters to do. There's the Hello Kitty's the most famous one. But the most popular of the last few years or whatever is that one with the long ears. Cinnamoroll.
I know about that. Yeah.
Cinnamoroll, right? I think that's the most popular one in the last like decade or whatever is Cinnamoroll. Like Hello Kitty is the lead, but they've seen their Cinnamoroll is the one right there with the line through it. I know a little bit. Yeah. I seen a shit ton of this. I saw a shit ton of this in Japan. Don Quixote, Sadu, Don Quixote, right? Like you see a ton of this.
Yes. Oh, Donkey. Yeah, this is like filled over there, bro.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't care about any of these characters, but I guess if you do, it's like a gold mine of like, stuff that you can buy, out there. So, yeah, like this Hello Kitty universe is a big thing.
You didn't swoop the nieces anything?
Yeah, we did. We FaceTimed them while we were in some store. We're like, hey, which one do you want? And they were like, oh, we like this, and that's the one we ended up getting. You know what I mean? So, oh wow, look at you.
I got
the Doki Doki Yummy Chums. That name alone is amazing. The burger and fry, Doki Doki Yummy Chums.
I got one for Paige too.
Kuromi.
It was a mystery. Yeah, I got Kuromi. Yep, on the skateboard. Yeah.
Pandapple is a cool one. I
Cool.
like the name.
There's a blind box. There's some cool characters. Like I get why San Reno's real popular over there. They got some like that. The blue bear too. The bottom left. That bottom left one. Tuxedo Sam. Doesn't that Sadu look like kind of like the Don Quixote logo too? Like Don Quixote ripped that character off.
With the Don Quixote guy, like it looks more mischievous. Or
Yeah,
something.
for sure.
Like, very much like, if you try to steal from here, I might slap your shit. You know what I mean, or something. So it's like
the burger and fries is absurd. Oh, dude, these characters are great, dude, and it's like a Bambi.
I also agree with Jared. There's some great names in there, like some genuinely like interesting names. But
yeah.
Wow. All right, so Taiwan, all in all, it sounds like it rained a lot. The food wasn't as good as what you had in Japan. Would you go back, or what? Like, what's the total vibe there? Like, what are we giving the rating?
So we were there for 4 days, and I would give it like a 6.5, 7 maybe. When I was there, and I would say that what could have made it better is shortening your days. Like I would say 2 days most. Like one night, so you can just go to the night market, and then if you want the next day to like just walk around like Taipei or go to some random like 1-day tour, you can go do that, and that's all you need.
Is it not good shopping?
The shopping is the same as like Japan. It's not like you're
overpriced stores.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's anything I thought different or better or cheaper than what you get in Japan. So.
Well, for electronics and stuff, Japan's pretty picked over. Like most of the camera stores and stuff that I would go to was like, it felt like I had come a little too late to the party. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Yeah. Like I felt like the video game stores also had that vibe where you're like, oh, the only things left here are overpriced shit. Like, and it's like the same thing over and over again. So I don't know. I wondered if Taiwan was like an untapped. But I noticed that you're not into the like old school electronic game, so that probably doesn't matter to you about that. But you see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a lot of old electronic stores that have dope shit.
I wanted to get headphones when I was out in Japan because they had some pretty cool headphones. I saw like people had like earbud type of style that people had, and I wanted to grab some. But that's the one that I went to right there. This Ryo night market. That's exactly where I was. During my time there. So that was and it was cool. Like it was a cool night market. Like I said, food was fine, cheap enough, but yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like it's a cool like place, but it's also really crowded as shit, and it's hard to move and maneuver. And like when you're eating, it's like you can't. It's hard to like just pull over somewhere and like eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't think about like you don't think about
Mm-hmm.
like the logistics of that kind of stuff where it's like I've got my food, dope. Now I just want to pull over to the side a little bit, and it's like, wait, where the fuck am I gonna pull over? And then it's like, okay, I pulled over, like I walked a little bit, I pulled over somewhere. Now it's like, oh, now I need to throw it away. Well, you could go back to the guy who like sold it to you. He'll probably take it, right? But then it's like I want to maneuver back that way really quick. You know, like it's these little things like that that make it kind of annoying. You know what I mean? Like, but it's still worth it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like it's not that like unless you go earlier, it's not like that great because you're just busy. It's hella busy and shit. You know, so.
For sure.
Did you
The
feel
food
like
is, but the food is trying, huh?
do you feel like that like at times parts of even Japan I would find when certain days I'd find that we would be in those types of areas where I'd feel overloaded and like we'd be at a food market or something and it was so packed that I kind of felt the same way you were saying. But then other days, you know, we'd go to a different one and it would feel I felt like it was like
That right away. Fucking bomb.
hit and miss, you know what I mean? To do where like maybe I was there on the poppin' day. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. Did you feel that way at all, or did you think that it was just
No,
the
for sure.
okay?
Yeah, I felt the same way for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Just
But,
being
I mean,
fair to the
anyway,
locations and stuff, because it's like I feel like we were there and it's like, oh, this hour like really is popping, and I only am here for this hour, so I'm stuck doing this. But I would love to come back here when it's not as crazy.
um, yeah, for sure. I mean, but and the weird thing is, like, you go on like even the Tuesday, and it's like, wow, this place is just cracking. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's a Tuesday night, so it's like, is this just tourists or this just like how it normally is? So yeah, you know.
This website is saying you should have went here, duck away from the crowds to eat your food.
Yeah, but part of it is like
Jer.
you want to eat you want to eat here. You want to eat like right away because like it's hot and like
Yeah.
you want to eat that stuff. So I don't know how far that is to duck away. I do remember seeing a love sign, but I just don't remember how far we were from that. So when we start, because you start and it's just like you're walking through the market. You know what I
Now-
mean? So it's like, and that
Mhm.
that little bun thing. I don't know if that
Yeah,
that
it's like
was
a block away.
yeah that bun thing is like right at the beginning. I feel like you can grab that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that looks edible like as fuck, and it looks very much like convenient because it's like in a little like wrap, and you can just kind of walk with it and stuff, And that's something I always look at. It's like how convenient is it to walk around with this thing? Oh.
Yeah, like you're not gonna want soup.
Yeah,
and be
exactly.
walking around.
But
Was it hot at night? Is it stay warm at night?
yes, it was not like hot. Like I was wearing a my t-shirt and stuff, but I had my umbrella because it was raining. You know what I mean?
Okay, so yeah, oh yeah, I guess you said it was very humid.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like you're around a bunch of food carts, so there's a bunch of heat that's coming.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like you're in, and you're around a bunch of people, so you're just packed. Like it's kind of warm, So I just like it on me and like just put my t-shirt on, get my umbrella because like I was telling Tubi knows, and I'm sure and I think he spoke about it when he came back. Is like it's a huge umbrella culture out there, and the same in Taiwan.
In the daytime, or
Like,
I mean, rain or daytime, I feel like even in the daytime, in Japan, a lot of women, especially, still are using umbrellas nonstop.
That's why if you go to Japan, I bought an umbrella from Japan. One of the things that they always advertise is how much they block UV rays, because women will carry them, and for not only just like rain purposes, but like sun purposes, right? So like I actually got an umbrella out there because I needed one, and they have those like UV ones really cheap out there compared to what we have over here. So I just swooped one for hella cheap there. That was one of like the things I really wanted when I was out there was an umbrella that they had. So yeah, they have some, and yeah, and like I said, you just leave them outside and like no one steals them, that kind of thing when you're walking in. So it's pretty legit.
Did you get a sausage keychain from one of these claw machines?
I did not get a keychain, but I had plenty of sausage. Like I had that from multiple stands because I'm just like, well,
Did you go?
it's
Did you
there.
go into any of like the
Yeah, the arcade stuff.
claw
Yeah,
machine? Yeah.
yeah. I checked all that stuff out, and like, there's also like a gun machine where you can kind of shoot your like, sit there and like play the gun shooting game and stuff. Like that, these cheese things,
Mm-hmm.
everything stuffed with cheese, but it's pretty bomb. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
not even a cheese guy at all. Like I'm not at all, but that stuff is good. At least the way they make it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Pineapple buns.
I didn't have pineapple buns. That was, I'm sure, really good. That was something I did not have. I had like steak, boar, tempura, like some other like oysters and shit, and like,
These all in Taiwan.
yeah.
So overall, what's the rating of Taiwan? Like, because I mean, here's the thing. Do you also, let me ask this before you give the rating, actually. Do you feel like coming out of Japan, Taiwan felt a little bit more of a disappointment because you were coming out of Japan? Like, if you would have went on just a trip to Taiwan, would you think it would have been better?
It definitely would have gotten like a half percentage point or maybe even a point better just because like you are comparing it to where you just came from. But also it's just visually it's not as nice because like at least to me what I look for like is like I like the exteriors of buildings to look nice, you know what I mean, as opposed to like run down and like tagged, you know what I mean. Even though that has its own beauty too, like I took pictures and stuff as much as I could, but like it's more like it feels more run down and people are less polite than they are in Japan. Like I wouldn't say people in Japan are like super kind, but they're really polite for the most part. So like that is a little bit less in Taiwan. So
Now, and you went to the most major city too, right? So you went to their equivalent to Tokyo?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you're kind of
Taipei is
comparing
a
it to.
big
Because
city.
I'll be real, dude. When I went to like Fukuoka and stuff, it had a way different vibe than Tokyo. It's a lot more maybe similar. It felt old. Like it didn't feel, and not like Kyoto where it feels old, but you're like, oh, this is like dope old. Like this is like historical old, right? It didn't feel like that. It felt like industrial old. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
like oh, these buildings just haven't been updated since the 90s, 80s. And I feel like that's what Taiwan almost seems like it had that like vibe to it.
Yeah.
Where Tokyo is modern as fuck, but like also I feel like we're like as tourists, we're not really exploring those areas that aren't. Because there's definitely that exists. Like when you look at the map of Tokyo, it's so massive. And even when I drove to Disneyland, which Disneyland, they say it's in Tokyo, Sadu, but if you look at it, it's like way out the fuck. Like you never got close to it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you couldn't even see it.
I never saw it.
It's so far out there. And like driving there on the freeways and stuff is when I realized like, damn, this city is so fucking big. Like I touched a fraction of what that city is. You know what I mean? Like it's nuts.
Yeah.
Because I'd get lost at night. I'm sure you have kind of the same vibe where you would walk around and you'd be like, I am lost all of a sudden. These buildings are getting repetitive.
So that like in my Japan pictures, the first one I took is one of me in Kyoto. And
Is it like this one right here?
Let me go. I gotta put a stream to see it. Yes, this one right here, right? So this is when we were in Kyoto, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This little little pathway or whatever it is. And so this night we went on a guided walking tour of Kyoto. So there's this guy who's actually from Charlotte of all places, like Charlotte, North Carolina, went to go live out there. And so he's just living out there. He does like these tours and stuff. So he took us on a walking tour of Kyoto, and we went to 2 different places to eat, right? To have different type of food and stuff. And these really like random spots that I would never have probably chosen myself. You know what I mean? If I was just walking around as a tourist. So in any case, when we went to the place, the first one, the guy's like, what do you want to drink? And so my mom and myself don't drink. So we're like, oh, we'll just have water. We're fine. And then the guy's like, well, it's already been paid for. right? It's like when the package or whatever that my dad bought the tour, like the drink came in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my ass was like, well, I don't want to like waste something that we already paid for. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'll take some sake. And
Mm-hmm.
my mom will, and it's like my mom's like, yeah, and you'll take some sake, and we'll fucking, I'll drink this shit. I'll drink the glasses, or my dad will drink some of it. Like we're gonna get our money's worth, kind of thing, being hella cheap and stuff. But anyway, so we go to the first place. I drink hella sake, like a decent amount, bro. Right? So, and you know me, I don't
Is it
drink at
is it
all.
cold or warm?
I don't drink at all, right? Huh?
Is it cold or warm?
It was warm. I don't. As you can probably, as I finish the story,
How
you'll
much he
realize what I
drank, he doesn't know.
I think it was warm. I want to say. No, it was cold. The sake I had earlier in the day, that was warm, and that was at a temple. And
Okay.
they had like sake was holy. So it's like when you go to the temple or whatever it is, like they were giving a sake, and so it's like it was a little bit warmer. I wouldn't say it was hot. It was just like a little bit warmer than what we had at dinner.
Room
So
temp.
anyway, I had like a decent amount, right? Because I had my mom's, a little bit of mine, and a little bit, and a good amount of my mom's. So I have sake. Then we go to the next spot, and again our drink has been paid for. So it's like some alcoholic drink that has, I guess, a lot of alcohol by volume or whatever. That I'm not even sure. And I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll drink that fucking glass of that thing, right? Because I was fucking thirsty as shit too at that point. And I'm like, well, I'm just want to fucking drink, get something liquid in me. So by the end of the night, bro, when we were departing from the group, there was another person there, and they were saying bye and stuff. And she put his hand out to like shake my hand. I literally like just looked at the hand for a second, but didn't know what to do. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go shake his hand. And then like I shook his hand, and then like I'm looking at the hand, and then like I look up at him, as if I forgot to do that. Like everything's taking like an extra second to do. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm hella drunk right now. So anyway, say bye to them, whatever it is. And then my parents like, we're going back to the hotel, and it was like 10 or whatever at that point. So I mean it was kind of late anyway, but we're going there. But I'm like, I'm gonna go walk around a little bit, because like I'm still a little drunk, and no, I'd rather not fucking go back just to the hotel. So I
Yeah.
wandered around like sort of this area again, and like thank God for Google Maps, because I would have definitely gotten lost a couple times, because like I was pretty drunk that day for me, whatever my level is. So anyway, that's the story behind that. So not much of a punchline, but yeah.
I mean, sounds fun. Sounds like a
Okay.
good way to start your time in Kyoto.
It was dope. It's a beautiful city too, Kyoto. Like way slower pace than Tokyo, as Tubi knows, but it's a really nice place. It's a really nice place. So
Can I not?
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, maybe I have to do it here first. You can't
Um,
add more windows? Oh, maybe I got you. And then oh, you piece of shit.
And so, did you start your time in Japan in Kyoto, or did you?
No, we started in Tokyo, and so like a lot of what we did out there was just like walking around. Like I wanted to see how shit looked, like whatever it was. And then we went to
Mm-hmm.
Kyoto for like 4 days. We also saw a parade there in Kyoto that went actually right by our hotel, and it was like they went through each period of Japan. So each group that came by wore the costumes and stuff like that of every period of Japan. So it took you through like the very early ages all the way through to like gunfire was basically the modern day, like until gunfire came in, like pistols and stuff. It took you through all the
Mm-hmm.
way. So it showed you like what samurai wore at different times and all that kind of thing, which is a pretty cool parade to see. But it was also like long as shit. The interesting thing about it was, I don't know if it was because of I'm not a horse expert or anything, but I don't know if it's because of the rain or something, but the horses that they kept riding were getting spooked like crazy. And they kept
Mm.
like really being difficult for the handlers, who were trying their best. So like at times, and everyone was like, "Okay, we gotta stop," right? The horse was like doing circles and just doing crazy stuff. And so it's kind of funny to see them struggled with like handling that. as they like obviously walked through. And like there was this one thing that they were carrying. It was like almost like a big funeral casket kind of thing, right? But like it would be something. If you watch Shogun, it's the kind of thing that someone sat in, right? And like people
Mm,
walked with. So if you watch the Shogun show, you would know what that is. But like they had that thing, and like I thought a lot of the stuff that they were carrying was light. That
like
thing was a
this thing?
super. Sorry, I was gonna put up that like when I click on
Yeah.
one stream to
Yeah.
watch, it's like the
So, like kind of
uh
like that, right?
similar-ish, yeah.
But not
But not with a
exactly.
top
Like
on.
smaller for a
Just the
single
platform, right?
person to.
Sadu.
Yeah, I would say definitely smaller. Like that's too
Okay.
large. It was like a single person
Oh, this
here kind
maybe.
of thing.
Yeah,
Like
Jerry, that's a
that
good
goes.
one.
It's not any bigger of a picture.
No.
Okay, yeah, we got the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind
that
of
is
yeah.
yeah. So
I saw a bunch of those like at shrines, but never people walking around with them. That's
well,
pretty.
they were trying to show again that period of Japan,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And like
yeah,
that's
yeah. Yeah, so it's a
what
yeah.
people
So
do.
Jerry's got like a parades on.
But
This is more recent, right?
yeah, it was is it Kyoto parade or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, so they carry this thing around. That's the shot right there is very, very much like it. And so the dude who was carrying, like, the thing is heavy. Like, it was legitimately heavy. And the dude carrying it, bro, was like one of the dudes, like, stumbling like hell. And so they stopped at one
Mm,
spot. He, like, set it down. And you saw him, like, take a deep, like, breath, like, okay, I can finally like relax for a second. And then like, all right, get up and go again. He's like, oh, and like you had to get underneath. I was like, dude, why didn't they make that thing lighter? But that like must have been a real authentic ass like carrying case, you know what I mean? Because like it was
yeah.
super heavy. So sucks whoever to carry that thing. But yeah.
But wait, all right, dog. You now you're in Kyoto. Get back to Tokyo. So you land. You're in
Yeah,
Tokyo. It start from the beginning, man. Huh?
yeah. I gotta wrap up too. I gotta go sleep soon here. But yeah, when we go to Tokyo, we arrive. I think in I don't know if you know Chuo City is what it is. It's CHUO City. Um, I think it is or Chiyoda. Uh, I don't know, but anyway, Chuo City or Chiyoda. That's like those districts. That's where we were at, right? And
Yeah.
And so yeah, so I don't know if that's in Tokyo. So that's like a center. It's like a financial district, I think. So there's not much happening there. But we walked around and saw like how stuff was. You will. It's a very affluent district, I think, in terms of like the people who work there, because like it was not uncommon to see like a Rolls Royce or like a G wagon or like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
high end vehicles uh, parked around there.
Totally.
But
Hmm.
that's where we were. So it was we kind of like hung out there for a while. We went to the Imperial Palace.
Yep.
I don't know if you went to that, Tubi.
Yep.
Um,
I went to
so we
that in the
went to
garden.
yeah. So that and like that thing as Tubi knows is like huge. Like
But I
it
didn't
is
go. I
massive.
didn't go across the moat. Yeah, I didn't go.
Oh,
I rode
we
my.
went
I rode a.
too.
I was on a bike tour and we rode around. Like you know how there's that pathway that leads you around it, and then we
Yeah.
like rode on a. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it was dope. Like it was dope riding a bike around the whole thing, around the moat.
Yeah. It is like I did
But you
I
went
I
inside
ran
and
around.
toured the whole thing.
Yeah, so you go there and tour in it, and like it is massive,
Yeah,
dude. It is, and it's like it's a whole day thing. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
not like oh you're just there for like an hour. Like it's just a lot of walking, and it's like a lot to see. Uh, the grounds are just huge. So yeah, as you can kind of see, it's like a lot. You know?
That's crazy. That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh
So it's a
wow,
pretty big.
that's crazy to see that view of it. That's interesting, Jerry.
So it's a very big palace, which you kind of would imagine.
And the
for,
gardens
like,
are a fucking distance away from it too.
yes,
It'd be cool if Jared, if you
yeah,
could find a photo of that, how far away. And I guess the that thing that Sadu, this is what my tour guide said. The thing that Sadu talked about earlier, that's how they used to bring the emperor to the garden. Was they'd carry his ass from the palace to the garden, down all the streets of Tokyo on that thing, Jared, the Rigsaw walker thingy. super interesting.
Yeah.
The gardens are cool as fuck too. That's you could spend a whole day walking around the gardens. There's little hills too, so you get really cool views and shit. And that's near the little thing for Jerry. I don't know if you saw this, Sadu. Studio Ghibli, their offices are near their chair, and they have a giant clock tower that's themed from one of the movies. I'm not super familiar with Studio Ghibli. I know it's a big ass deal. It's super close to the gardens. Sadu, you probably saw it.
I don't remember that, but that just reminds me really quickly when we were in Taiwan.
Yep, Jer.
There's a bathhouse in Taiwan that I don't know if you saw the movie Spirited Away. If you've seen Spirited Away, where the
that's a Studio Ghibli, right?
Yeah. In that movie where the witch lives or whatever, there's like a Taiwanese bathhouse that it's modeled after, and we actually were there and saw that thing. This is a random aside, but
I went to Tokyo, some part of some town that was based off of. To be honest, I don't remember, but like they're like, oh, this whole area is based off of such and such anime, and you're like, okay, like. I hate to say it, unless it's one I personally watched, it kind of went in and out. I don't know anything about like Studio Ghibli, even for instance, like Spirited Away, all that shit. I just think of that floating bear with the kid riding it.
Yeah,
Jerry, you know what I'm talking about?
So right there, we were there. Yeah. We were there at that place with all the lights and stuff.
Okay, that's
we toured that.
Is that in Kyoto?
That's in Taiwan. I was mentioning
the
bathhouse Ghibli thing. Yeah, that's in Taiwan. So
Spirited Away takes place in Taiwan.
No, but it does not take place in Taiwan. It's modeled basically like in a. Well, so really, it starts in Japan, then she crosses a bridge to another world.
Okay,
so
all right. Did you watch it?
It's a cool building.
Yeah, I've seen it because it's on HBO Max. They have like or they used to at least have the movie, so I've watched it.
Okay.
But the bathhouse when they've gone to the other world, right? So
the other world. Got you.
Is modeled after this spot here.
Yeah.
Taiwan. So yeah, kind of. It's a tourist spot for them.
All right, we'll go back to Japan though, man, and go back to Tokyo in general.
For me. We did things like go to the fish market, which I know Tubi's probably spoken about. We've done like some of those simple things. I would say the thing that always stuck out about me was just the food. Was like the food is
the food's a big part, obviously.
Yeah, it's such a big part of your trip, and like there's also little things like, bro, you could go to 7-Eleven or a Lawson's out there or a Family Mart, which is like their version of these little convenience stores, and like you could get a good lunch, bro.
It's nothing like you can't compare it to anything we have here. I mean, Jerry, New York, like it's more like a New York bodega. Yeah, it's more obviously of that. But obviously in the Japanese cleanliness and weird layout that they would have. But I don't think on the West Coast we really have, even in Oakland and SF, anything that's they have bodegas in SF, but it's not the same, and they're obviously not as frequent.
And like these like Family Marts, like I said, like this is where people will pop in to get their breakfast too, because like one of the things you notice about cuisine out there is like breakfast is something that most Japanese people do inside their own home. Like it's not something they go out to go get breakfast. So there really isn't a lot of like places that serve Japanese breakfast. Like if you go to Tokyo, like the places that are open for breakfast are like like their version of pancakes,
right? Which are the big fluffy ones, right? The big fluffy ones to do, yeah.
The ricotta cakes, basically.
Yeah.
They have.
I like the Family Marts too. I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. I thought Family Marts were almost doper than the 7-Elevens, and I like that logo. Lawson's were cool too.
I mean they all have like food that's like.
Family Mart has the fried chicken. Yeah, there it is right there, Jerry. Jerry's got the image on there. There it is.
I went to Family Mart one night. It was like a late night that we came back from some tour. Something was late, and we needed food, right? And the shit closes down at like 10.
10. Everything.
Weirdly,
everything.
There, right?
So everything's got closed at 10.
It was when we got back from Taiwan. We got back late from Taiwan, right? Everything was fucking closed.
Yeah.
So like the only place to get food was like a 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah.
I had such a good meal from I think it was Family Mart that I went to. I had such a good meal from Family Mart, bro. I had it all warmed up over there because they'll warm it up for you and shit. And like, yeah, dude, it was hella good. So it's like a nice little spot to get shit quickly if you can't like go out to
Did
get
you get the
something,
fried chicken?
So like, huh?
Did you try the fried chicken?
I had the fried chicken. Yeah, it's good.
How was the fried chicken from Family Mart?
It's good. Like I said, it's really good. Like
Fuck, man. I
it's
never
not
got to try that. I'm jelly.
I had that and the spring rolls as well from there.
Okay.
And then I had spring rolls, and then I had also a sweet bean, like cake thing.
Yeah.
It was like a sweet bean
Yeah.
cake.
They love that
So
sweet
it
bean
was-
stuff. It actually is pretty good too once you get used to it.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
different.
so I know you got to wrap it up. So let's hit you with some big questions before you have to leave and keep rambling on about different random shit. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into the highlights and things. I'm sure Jerry's got some similar question. Overall, I'm sure we're going to focus on just Japan here. What was the best overall meal?
The best overall meal I'll probably say was this place called Kyoto Engine Ramen. So it's like instead of Kyoto Engine Room, it's like Kyoto Engine Ramen. Uh, that place had amazing fucking ramen, bro. And I mean, there were other sushi and things that I tried that I really enjoyed, but I can't like say that was just like the one like place. It was like there's multiple places that had great sushi, but this ramen like stood out.
Yeah, and you
Like,
remember the
genuinely
name and
stood
everything. Yeah.
It just stood out as like a really fucking good meal. And it's not just the meal too, I should say, you guys. It's also like the vibe of that place was dope. It was the kind of place where like you guys would want to go and like chill. Like it's I don't know, there's a really nice the ambiance of it is very much like a low key, you know what I mean? And they give you these really cool bibs that like that like will say something about Kyoto Engine Ramen or something. They give you these cool bibs, so it's like just a cool place. And I thought the food and everything all together made it like the best experience, So
Overall experience.
yeah, yeah, that one was just really dope. But also the walking tour and the random places we went on that was incredible too.
But the street food.
Yeah. We went to like this place called the Nishiki Market in Kyoto, and that is like really dope. And the Nishiki Market has a lot of good food and stuff out there. So
All right. Now, other than the food, what was the next biggest highlight?
it's Nishiki, like yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I went to this in Kyoto. This is pretty good. The other highlight.
Oh, I
other
went to
than the
this.
food-
Yeah, with the roof. Yeah, I remember this roof.
Yeah.
The-
They have
yeah.
some good food out there too. Expensive though. I will say they will charge you like for that food. But
That's where I had abalone do was up in that market for show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to that market. Yeah, it's a dope one.
The other thing that I would say that stuck out other than the food was their temples, because the temple gardens wherever you went were immaculate.
Yeah.
And like there were small things like the way the rock garden was put together and stuff like that just you'd walk in and you'd feel like that serenity. You can understand why so many people want to have like Japanese gardens and why people want to kind of replicate that in America with their homes, because it's so peaceful in these gardens, bro. Like it's amazing. Like I don't know how they do it, but they cultivate a vibe. And and I just really enjoyed looking at their temples and their temple gardens in particular.
Did you see any of the big shrines, like any of the Buddhas or any of the larger ones? I mean, I know you went to the Kyoto one,
Yeah, we saw the Kyoto one,
which has the biggest wooden, what do you call it, like A-frame thingy.
Yeah, I don't know what that thing is too, but it's beautiful. That whole walk, bro.
Well, you went to that one too. You went to the many red gates, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's dope too.
Which there's also one that I saw in the abroad in Japan, where he does like a bike tour with his friend at night, and they end up at some dark some temple at night, and we also saw that in Tokyo, and that was really cool. But the interesting thing about the walking tour was finding out the differences between this and like a Buddhist temple, ones that are for like the kami spirits and ones for the other ones.
Yeah.
So those little subtleties were really interesting,
Totally.
to learn about.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting too that the red gates at that one place, there's the writing on it, it's the sponsors. That's what the writing on the sides are. So it's like business,
Yeah,
it's local businesses and stuff. It's super interesting, and some of them will have actual like logos and stuff. You're like, oh, okay. And they're old. Some of them are old and falling down, and then there's like brand new ones being put up. Right? It's so interesting.
But yeah, Kyoto has a lot of those temples and stuff that are really cool. Oh, just another funny thing I just have to mention. I saw a guy walking a black Shibu Inu, right? And he was wearing a souvenir jacket, and the back of the souvenir jacket was his dog in like that souvenir style Japanese thing, if you can imagine. And that like was amazing. I wanted to take a picture, but I felt awkward taking a picture of a person walking his dog.
And it was actually his dog too. You're saying like he had
Bro, 100, because there's a moment, bro, where he turned to go pick up his dog's like shit, I think. And so like he's turned and the dog's like looking at you, which is the exact photo of what the thing on what the back of his thing was. It was magical, bro. It was just honestly a magical moment that I was just like, I wish this guy would let me take a picture of this because it's cool.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Random.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, unless Jerry's got some other questions or anything, we don't want to keep you busy. I know you got work tomorrow early. Or if you're actually going.
No, I am going back. First day I have to go back into the office, so it's kind of annoying. But I have to go. So wake up early and stuff to go. I have to give people gifts and everything too, so you know. Which, by the way, you know, it's I got some decent gifts, especially from Don Quixote, the gift place of the world, the big gift capital of the world. You know,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, bro. Every floor, it's like if you go there, Jer, it's like here's a souvenir, like I'm listing this.
Well,
like,
it depends on the size too, because there's different size Don Quixotes too.
But the big one, if you go to the mega one in Shibuya,
yeah,
right, that's the mega store. That's like their 7th-floor granddaddy. You know, Don Quixote store, right? That thing, bro, every floor you go to, it's just like, hey, souvenir for this, take this back. You know, you don't have this for your boss or whatever it is. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
I forget which city I was in, but it wasn't Kyoto and it wasn't Tokyo. It was another major city though. And they had a Don Quixote. It was the one that's on the rivers, but it doesn't matter. They had a Don Quixote that was so big to do that it had its own roller coaster with the character on the exterior of the. I took hella photos of it. It's on the exterior of the building itself. And I'd seen all these other major Don Quixotes, but that one that had its own roller coaster thing was the fucking wildest one I'd ever seen. Yep, that's it, Jer. That's the one I saw.
Jesus Christ.
It's nuts, dude. I stood underneath it. I have a similar photo. That's it at night. Yep. What city is that, Jer?
Just says Tokyo.
No, it's not Tokyo. Whatever. All right. Well, yeah, but yeah, fucking crazy. It's where the running dude is. The Running Man of Japan.
I mean, there's so many districts within Tokyo, if that's what you're talking about. Like
Osaka.
Okay.
Osaka.
Totally, Jerry. Osaka. I was looking that up because I knew it was Osaka. Yeah. So, dude,
Osaka's
this one, that one, dude. Osaka is like the party capital of Japan. It's insane. I personally didn't dig it.
It's also the one place where our guide was telling us, like, you could get your shit stolen. Like everywhere else, you're fine, but like, Osaka, like he was saying basically like, you get your bike stolen in Osaka.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it felt like very Euro parties were going on, like literally Europeans, like tons of Europeans, and there was a lot of nightclub action, and I was like, oh, it reminded me of Barcelona vibes. On that waterfront, right where that Don Quixote, it was all bars. It was a total different vibe than any of the other, like going from Kyoto or Tokyo. It was super different to do. But here's the thing, Maryland really liked it because Jared's pulling up images right now. It's lit up. That's the famous ass area where all the signs are, and that Running Man sign's really famous. For night photography to do, Maryland was eating it up. She loved it. You know what I'm saying? It's a total Maryland.
Yeah.
Like she's just shooting every little sign and like alleyway with the reflecting light. She loved it. The water you could see in some of the images. Maryland loved that area. So we ended up standing out there by the nightclubs while my mom's just shooting tons of photos of the river, and there's just partying going on all around us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's and we're there for like one night, you know. But I did go to the Don
that's
Quixote, and I was like, I was more amazed at the roller coaster. I just wanted to. There was no way I'd ride it. Hell no, it looked janky. You know, like you see those roller coasters in random areas, and you're like, that looks sketchy.
Yes. Yeah.
That does not look like it's been maintained by some Disney people here. Like that is scary. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The fact that you went to Don Quixote and shit, and you enjoyed the Don Quixote, because that I feel like that's a big element, is going there and getting your knickknacks. And they, from my understanding too, Sadu, when they travel, Japanese people, they have to give a present to their coworkers and stuff. So they would always, especially at the airport, they have those boxes of treats. I'm sure you saw that. So and there'd be like lines of Japanese locals buying those at the airports or train stations. And you're like, oh, they've all been traveling. They got to bring back their treats for everybody. And I thought that was a really cool vibe. Cheers to all the info.
Yeah, because we were looking at buying some of them, but they're a little more expensive than the Don Quixote store. So it's like you might as well get them from Don Quixote.
Yeah, for sure. 1,000 yen is nothing, too, just to point out, everyone. The 1,000 yen to ride that roller coaster is a coin out of your pocket. Like that's another reason I wouldn't want to ride that. Like, hell no, dude. It's not even expensive. Like, that seems sketchy balls. And it was on. People were in it while I was there. Don Quixote is one of the coolest stores because they literally have everything from high-end watches and stuff to video games to the aisles of makeup and
high-end alcohol and stuff.
Kit Kats for days. Like, I mean, you could get lost in there for. And they're playing wild, weird music while you're in there. It's all upbeat too. You're
Dude, they have a Don Quixote like theme song.
Yeah, that comes on every now and then. Yeah. I liked it. All of the bright lights, all of the weird music, and all of the stores that you go to. I love it.
Tokyo. Yeah, Shibuya, that one. That's the main one. That dude, we were there for so long because there's so much shit in that store. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, shopping's like a big part of going out.
Shopping's huge in Japan.
And, shopping's huge, and to me, shopping is a big thing you're gonna do out there, and also finding random food spots in basements and shit.
Yeah.
Like random. Oh, what's this? Like just popping in and okay, it's a standing bar that serves like pig's feet or something. It's like sweet, let's get it. So I don't know. They're everything is good, bro. It's ridiculous. Like the pork, it's so good. Anyway.
Did you see any of the CBD? Right. Did you see any of the CBD shops to do?
Yeah, I saw the vape shops and shit.
No, but I saw CBD ones, and they'd have big weed leaves on them and stuff. I walked into one. Hilarious. I would never. While being there, because that's so sketchy.
Did you ever see smoking bars?
No.
See smoking bars?
I saw smoking booths and stuff. What do you mean smoking bars?
Like a place where you would go with a bunch of people to go smoke together.
When I was in I forget which city I was in.
You bring your own shit, but it's a whole smoking area that's like a bar kind of thing,
We went to a restaurant and it was good food, but it didn't. The vibes inside the restaurant, you're like, oh, this place is pretty beat up, right? And then when we sat down, I looked over and this old ass lady just lit up a cigarette. And this place was a tiny room, right? And I was like, oh, wow, these people are just smoking inside. And I thought it was so interesting because, as you know, Sadu, in Tokyo, it's super frowned upon. Yeah. You could only smoke in these booths that they have made.
Yes.
But what's interesting too, Jared, is Starbucks has booths inside of them. I went into Starbucks and some coffee shops that would have one, and there'd be a salary man just in there puffing on one, right? Because you're not allowed to smoke on the streets. But then, as I went to other cities, you could see that rule wasn't as applied. Kyoto, it still applied for sure, huh, Sadu? Kyoto seems like Tokyo and Kyoto, they're way more traditional in those cities for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared's just going through just the aisles and aisles. This is a sock aisle.
It's just character socks, like T-shirts. They're all trying to be. It's for tourists. Like honestly, it's so much for tourists that it's like the mega store at least that like
No, all of them are
you're
like
there to
that, dude, for
buy shit
sure.
for people. You're there. Yeah, you're there to buy shit for other people. So.
Although I would see a lot of local Japanese people definitely in the makeup aisles and stuff because we bought.
No, you do.
Paige wanted she wanted the face mask and all that stuff. So me and my mom bought a bunch of different stuff for Paige from Don Quixote because it's so cheap. And like we bought a Alessi, they'd have like frozen lipstick. It was like, this is cute, and it's in Japanese. So it was like we got her a bunch of knickknacks. But I bought my that's from Don Quixote, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, nice. I saw those phone covers out there.
No, it's just a sticker. This is an OtterBox.
Okay,
This is American. Or I don't know if it's American. I actually didn't say that. It's probably made in China, but yeah, no, just the sticker. Because they have those aisles to do of stickers, right? And they're all pop culture and shit. I stood there for like an hour just looking at the stickers, and I bought a bunch. I still have them somewhere of just stickers because they have such badass because they like collaging and stuff. I don't know if you ended up at any of the pen stores. I looked for this pen Nick D wanted to.
They all have like stationery.
Stationery is a big fucking collaging, dude. Collaging is a big thing out there. I love all that shit, dude. I love all that shit. The other interesting thing at Don Quixote is you could buy. That's the lip balm I bought. The Pikachu one. Jerry was the one I got. Alessi was one of those too. Yeah, it's crazy to go through this store with this vision. It brings you back, right, Sadu?
Yes, it does. Like I was just like, oh wow, this is how I was navigating the store.
You're just looking at everything. There's the Don Quixote character.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everything, bro.
And this is just like one floor, right?
Dude.
They went up an escalator, so it's at least
second floor. All right, Sadu, well, you got to get going. We'll let you go. Yeah. Thanks for coming on and talking about it. We could talk about it for hours. Oh, there's Kit Kats. Probably a ton more we can go over.
Awesome hearing about your trip.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully next time I'll come on and be like the Christmas episode or some shit.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do a big. We'll do a big Christmas.
From the man himself.
Yeah. No.
Right,
we're gonna do something so soon. So I'll let you know about it soon. All right, dog.
All right, dude. Peace.
Peace,
bro.
How do I end that?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That would be cool to go to Japan at some point.
I'm trying to go back, dude. Oh, I was going to show Sadu the drink that I thought was everywhere. That the lemon sour is strong zero, and that's what I got wasted on. I actually never drank sake, or I maybe had it once or twice as like a celebratory thing that they'd pour, like Sadu was saying, for everybody in a group, like a tour group or whatever. And you're like, oh, cool, and I'd have one. But the thing, I got fucked up on these a bunch. Now, I'm not a big drinker like Sadu said, but because I didn't have weed and I need something to kind of take the edge off, I ended up drinking a lot more than I normally would. Travel Tubey, he likes to drink, I guess. These would kick me in the dick, Jerry. And I, for some reason, would always get the tall can at the 7-Eleven. And, bro, one of those tall cans would fuck me up, bro. Like, I wouldn't even finish it. You know me too, Jared. Like you could see the tall can, or no, those are regular cans. But yeah, they would be at the 7-Eleven, and these things are high percentage, dude. And like, I would just get
pretty wild.
I'd get tossed off one of these dudes. And I never liked a lemon sour. I'm pretty sure it's a vodka drink, and that's not my speed at all. But like, it almost tastes like it tastes like a 7-Up. You know, it's like an alcoholic 7-Up. It has a better flavor. Like, I've tried to drink White Claws and stuff, and those never really hit me. That's not for me personally.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into them. This strong zero, it's got a nice lemony tang to it that like it tastes like lemonade. You're like, oh, it's like an alcoholic lemonade. It's vodka. Yeah, I figured. I was wondering if Sadu had a chance to try that. It's interesting to hear Sadu's eel comments too. He was real focused on the liver there.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, I mean,
like,
they'll eat anything.
Rice bowls.
Right. That's what I had, Jerry. It was my first time ever having it, and it was amazing.
It's good.
I was mind blown. It's a lot. I don't know. It's not like. It's kind of like fish, but a little bit more meaty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they put that like it's not a
Like the sauce they do
teriyaki
with it.
sauce, but it's like
Yeah,
similar-ish to a
exactly, yeah.
teriyaki, a little sweeter, maybe.
Yeah, whatever that sauce is,
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah, it was bomb, bro.
Unagi.
Unagi. And then the other one I wanted to ask to do and was sea urchin, because I had never really fucked with sea urchin until I went out to Japan. And I asked to do before today's show, and he said that he thought he had it with sushi, but he wasn't too sure. I had it with sushi with one of those like chef like sampler plates where they bring out like what the best stuff of the day is, and it looks like caviar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had it once. It was very salty.
It's very oceany. Is the best way I can describe it. It's got a very oceany taste. I do like that. It's similar to an oyster in a way. I enjoy the fuck out of that, right? And I kind of fell in love with the sea urchin out there. The sea urchin and the eel were my big two takeaways. We're literally just them as a whole.
Yeah, like the red.
Yeah, it's that stripe thing right there. That's a good image of it. Yup.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, again, very oceany, and very soft.
My description was bad.
Very soft.
I'm thinking of the orange little dots, but no, yeah, this is it. Yeah, I loved it. But here's the thing, Jared. I had it quite a few times while I was out there, and there was definitely a quality control. I'll say that. Higher end places clearly had the higher end, and it felt more put together. Other places got a little slimy and a little grosser, like it's kind of falling apart as you're picking it up. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay. So I started to learn that as well.
Yeah.
It's a very sea tasting though. Like if you don't like oysters, there's no way in fuck you're gonna want to eat the sea urchin. But I got down on that.
So, I imagine that was a factor. It didn't look like that, but it definitely didn't look like these either.
That one that you said didn't look like that. That's kind of what I'm saying by the bad ones. You'd see them and they look a little sort of slimy looking and stuff. You're like, oh, okay. And it's like more small pieces versus like a big chunky piece.
Like that or this one.
I had it where they were. I told Sadu this at that fish market Sadu mentioned. I was buying it where they were lacing it on top of a shelled oyster, a raw shell oyster, and then they would lay a sea urchin on top of it, and that's all they were selling. And it was like 100 yen or whatever, right? And bro, I went back like 3 or 4 times, Jerry. I just I had one, shot it. I was like, oh man, that was amazing. And I went right back, got another one, and then I still wasn't satisfied. Yeah, I got that. I literally, with a little bit of the caviar on it, I literally had that. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That, my friend, is the 2B special.
Nice.
Dude, I think I'd thrive in Japan. As far as food goes, dude, I would thrive in Japan.
We should ask him about the chopsticks. How that was.
He said he managed. I asked. That was the first thing I asked him the other day. Oh, the thing I wanted to ask him is how Rambo was doing with him traveling and all that. I fucking forgot to ask him that again. I feel like a dick. We should have asked him that.
How Rambo was when he came back, and he said, Rambo was like super excited to see him and stuff, and was like super well behaved. But now that he's been back for a bit, that he's like, oh yeah, he's back up to his old antics. But yeah, I didn't ask him how Rambo was while he was actually gone.
Yeah, I was just wanting to see if he got over that Giardia or whatever as well. But it was great having Sadu on the show, man. But you know what, dude? Fuck Sadu. Fuck all that. Jared, you also traveled, though. No, seriously, though. And we didn't talk about it last week because I totally fucked up. And we were Halloween themed and we had Rye Guy. But you fucking went to a foreign country, too, that no one else I know has ever been to, actually. Or I don't think.
Briefly talked. I'll have to like put pictures in.
And do it next week or something, and we'll go more in depth.
Yeah,
but you said the food was salty, right? Wasn't that kind of what you came back with?
Very
it was
salty.
Portugal. You went to Portugal. We should state that. You went to Portugal.
Then went, Lisbon specifically. It was very salty food, like the Portuguese food. Had a really good paella, like a seafood paella. And
now,
got like a whole.
Real quick though, Jerry, on the paella. Now I had it in. We went out of our way. Addie and Austin said we had to get that one night for their birthday or whatever the fuck when we were in Barcelona. I wasn't that impressed. It's just like a rice with some like seafood scampered on top, and I felt like the restaurant we had gone to at least was kind of skimpy on the seafood. It was just a lot of fucking rice. Hot take.
Yeah, I would definitely say it seemed like smaller pieces of seafood in there than maybe like 2 or 3 shrimp or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it was good. I've definitely probably had better other places.
It's a big share thing, and visually, I get it. When they bring it out, it fucking looks cool. They put it on the table. It's impressive, but it's just like
Yeah.
some flavored
Yeah,
rice,
again.
some tomato flavored rice with some sea doof in it. You know?
Yeah, again, I think the best food we had was a Peruvian place. So it wasn't even like Portuguese food. It was just Peruvian. And like, man, that was so good. We had like ceviche and like a prawn fried rice and stuff. And like this weird, not weird, but like it was like a tuna on top of like mashed potatoes, but sort of like tuna salad in a sense. I don't know. I took pictures of that stuff and then some like yuca fries. That was easily the best meal we had. But again, not even Peruvian food. The Peruvian food we had was fine at best. A lot of fish, a lot of like fried
Fish.
oily fish dishes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like it gets very heavy.
Now it sounds like do you feel the same as Sadu that it was more of a food travel trip? You got sick too. We should mention Jerry got sick while he was out there, so he didn't get to do as much exploring as he wanted.
Yeah. Not as much as I thought it was gonna be, honestly. Like we went to a kebab place that had like then that was really good. That was like I got a like chicken kebab with fries and stuff.
Like a wrap?
Got a wrap.
Yeah.
Karina got a wrap. I got it over fries.
Oh, okay.
And then we went to like a food hall thing, and we got like peri peri chicken.
Peri peri chicken.
Yeah.
Is that a local dish or?
Like, I don't know where it's from. But again, it wasn't as much of a food trip as I thought it was gonna be. You know. Oh, okay. So that is Portuguese. That was the.
That's the Portuguese. Okay, meal you had.
We had
interesting
was the peri peri chicken.
Peruvian
yeah.
food's like that restaurant by your old apartment, right? That awesome restaurant by your apartment. Your old apartment in Pleasant Hill. Obviously, I'm speaking way past.
Yeah,
that restaurant's awesome. It's still there. It's still there. Yeah. No. It starts with a P. Not Le Mon's in downtown Walnut Creek. That also is Peruvian. That's also Peruvian by the BART station. There's that Peruvian restaurant.
Yeah.
They do. Whatever. Peruvian food's good. Peruvian food's hella good.
Peruvian food's good, but yeah, I guess this was Portuguese. Did not know that. This was that was good. Their meats and fish were very very salty.
Did you do any Sadu? I forgot to fucking ask him about museums, or he didn't have too much about shrines either. But anyways, did you do museums or anything at all?
No, we did like the day trip to Sinatra, and we looked at like 2 castles that were, and they like told us about the history about like the king and prince that made them and stuff. So we did that. That was our like history thing, and I wanted to do like a nighttime ghost tour, but that was when I got sick, and it was just like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna be able to walk around for like 2 or 3 hours. But I really want to do that. I wanted to do a night walking tour. That was,
ghosts
like, down
and
by
stuff.
The water and stuff.
Yeah,
that would have been really cool. But the one day that Prada, is it Prada?
Yeah. The restaurant, yes. Yeah. That is the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one day that Karina's friends. It was the day we actually went to the kebab restaurant. That Karina's friends were going to a museum, and then someone else was going somewhere else, and Karina like had to work on her presentation that she was doing, and then I had like a meeting later that day or whatever. So that was the one day that people were doing that stuff. We was like, oh, we're busy with other stuff already. But like, yeah, no museums. We walked around like the city center, and like it was very touristy area, but it was cool. Like they have really cool statues that I took some pictures of. That again, I'll have to like put some stuff in
Abstract or
Discord. No.
I mean, we'll show and go over them next week.
Yeah.
Would you
like,
go
they're
back
people?
if Karina had a meeting or Karina had a business out there?
Yeah, if there was a reason to go, sure. But like, I don't like if it was like, oh, let's go somewhere. It's like, oh, let's go somewhere new. Like, let's 100% go to Japan.
I mean,
but like, it was cool. I enjoyed myself. But yeah, it was again, in a way, it felt like the Portuguese version of like Paris or something. Like, again, that's the only thing I can really think to compare it to, where it's just like, okay, it's like your normal European city. But yeah, nothing necessarily to be like, oh my god, I have to go back to look at this. It was cool what we did and saw, but I saw it, I did it, took pictures.
I mean, Japan's the first place I've gone to where I was like, I gotta get back here. Like, I gotta get back there, and I gotta go back with. Well, I think that it'd be, and I mean this no offense, and it's fun traveling with my mom and family and shit, but like going with the homies, like especially with your brother, because he's so well versed with different shit. I could see how we'd have a blast, because there's so much video game pop culture stuff to be done. Like nowhere else I've been before. You know what I mean? Like it's a different vibe that I think, like I said, dude couldn't even like. I think if Sudu was with us, he would be into it and get into it. But like, because I asked, that was the thing he didn't bring up. But I asked him, did he go to arcades? He said he walked through them. I was like, bro, you gotta throw a few coins into a machine. He's like, nah, I just walk. He said he rode the escalator up and down. And I was like, yeah, I mean that's cool, but you gotta like.
But yeah,
get in there.
It's like, oh, there's a some like, oh, there's a little cat keychain. Let me pop a few coins in.
Something. Yeah, like, man. And there's just so much like nightlife like that. I feel like that would be so much fun to do with like the homies. Like Vegas. I never really loved Vegas that much. The last time we went when we were 18, funny enough, because both stories have to do with you, Jerry. We went when we were 18. We ended up in the hotel room for a majority of the time because we couldn't drink or do anything. So we just like drank in the hotel room because we had, you know, Nick D get us beers or whatever. But then we couldn't go out because we were 18. So it was like, this is, or 19 or whatever it was. It was like hell late. But then we went back for, I guess, kind of like impromptu bachelor party / ladies party, whatever that's called, with Karina and friends and Nick D and BK. And dude, that was awesome. Being with homies. We went out and got burgers that one night late, had drinks in the Greek place. And I don't like to drink at bars, but the vibes were cool. We were chilling. It felt like we were high rollers, but we weren't, you know? Like,
and like playing the
$100 boys.
Like when we had the roulette just to ourselves, we had the roulette table to just ourselves, that was super fun.
$100 boys.
Until like 4 a.m. that night. Like, that was a lot of fun of just like walking around. Then we went outside, smoked the joint and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
Said, it makes a difference of who you do go with on these trips in that sense, because like you said, like homies and whatnot are more willing to like, oh, let's stay out late and
like get into some little shenanigans and stuff. And Japan has the vibe. Japan has the vibe to where like we can get into some fun mischief and shit out there. Not like crazy. We're not that kind of people, but it'd be fun, man. It'd be fun.
Again, just walking around and seeing other people do crazy shit or whatever.
Like Australia, dude. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like, can I recommend it? Like, yeah, if you want to go fucking chill on the best beaches in the world and shit, and like, if we all went down there, like, yeah, we could chill at the best beaches in the world and stuff, and Addy be psyched because he could surf and stuff. But like, other than that, like, I don't know, like, I like, for me, it's always been family and like going to the beach is all really I can mention, and like, oh, we could go to a cricket game, I guess, if we go during their summer or winter, you know. If you go in the other time, I guess it'd be rugby. I've never been there. But like, there's not much, like, in my opinion, like, I don't know. And same with Europe. Like, Europe for me, Italy and shit. I don't know how you felt. It's like all museum based and seeing the sights. Like, the food too is great. But I didn't do any like nightlife hanging out because there's not like, it'd probably be clubs and stuff. It's not going to be arcades and weirdo shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just different.
I think, like you said, with Japan specifically, it is a lot more pop culture based in that sense. And
Nightlife.
like you said, you go to the one Don Quixote store, and there's a roller coaster on it or whatever that it's like, whoa.
Also, that Don
like
Quixote
said,
store.
I wouldn't ride it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't ride it. Don Quixote is one of the only stores I think that was open maybe till midnight. So it was always open, I think, past 10. So that would be another place I'd end up wasting some time later at night because I'm like, okay, well, this place is still fucking open. Because Sadu's right. Everything would close at 10, which also that kind of worked out because it forced me to go back to my hotel and get up for the morning, which probably maybe was for the best, to be honest. But like Sadu said, I would walk around until like things are closing, and then you're like, all right, like it's getting a little too eerie. Even though I never, and I wish I got to ask to do this, I never once didn't feel safe. And that's another reason I think Japan is hella fun and like we could fuck around and shit. Like even in Australia, you're like, man, Australia's weird too. And this is gonna sound so weird, but everyone's massive. They're all big fucking burly guys. You know? Like we'd go to the bars with my cousin. I feel like a little guy looking up. You know what I mean? You're like, what is going on? And they're like itching to beat each other up or something. It always felt like, I don't know. Versus like Japan, I never had that vibe. I did see a guy yelling at another guy on the street, and it seemed like it was getting physical, but like it didn't escalate the way like something in the States does. You know what I mean? Like it just
you see two dudes arguing in Vegas. It's kind of like, let's not get too close.
Yeah, nowadays it's like, let's get the fuck out of here before one of them pulls a gun. Let's be honest. You know, it has that vibe nowadays. It's like, let's get out of here. Never felt that way once at all. There was only one time when I felt like these guys were following me. Maybe I was a tourist, but I also think that I had my earbuds in and I was in my own head listening to music, and they were not following me at all.
Yeah.
It was just in my own head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, are these guys behind me? And it's like, no, they're just happen to be walking in the same direction.
Yeah.
I would say I felt, I never felt uncomfortable when we were out at night in Lisbon. Because again, there was a lot of tourists, things were open late. Everybody was just out having a good time, that it was like taking a side street to get back to the hotel or get back to the main street. It was like, no, I feel fine doing this. Like, never felt uncomfortable. A lot of people offering you drugs on the street.
Never.
Like, hey,
never had any of that in Japan. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But I feel like that happened to me in Italy too. Maybe that's like a European thing.
Yeah, just openly like, oh, you want some Coke? And it's like, no, I'm good, thank you, though. That was interesting because that was the first time I've ever like had that happen, of people just openly offering Coke and stuff.
Why is it still sharing that on the thing? Hold on one second, Chair. It should have gone away. Why am I not? Oh my god. Some reason that's not going away.
What?
More options.
Oh, the like. Oh, I see.
There it goes. All right. I wanted to bring this up because we said we were going to touch on it. We're clearly not going to finish it. We're already at 140. But there was something I wanted to talk about. We won't go into all the movies we watched because I even left stuff off. And I need to see Predator Badlands. But there's tons of movies for us to talk about. We'll get into that next week. But there was some stuff I watched over Halloween that I did want to quickly mention because I think it should be brought up on the show. I thought for some reason the new Freddy Krueger had fucked up my brain, Jared, and warped it. I had for some reason mistakenly thought, and I need to apologize to Robert Englund and Wes that I thought he was always just a child molester, and that is not the truth by any means. The original Freddy Krueger was not a child molester. That is only in the new one. And I don't know why I had mistakenly thought that he was in the original. No, that's only in the new one. He did just murder kids. They just leave it at that. And the way he comes to working from I dived into this. I rewatched the original and then I started reading about it because and this is why I wanted to bring it up because I think I now know the answer of where to tier list all of those films, which are I'll find in a second. His mom was a nun. His mom was a nun who was raped by 100 maniacs. And his mom appears briefly, I think, in the second one, and then maybe in another one, in the dreams, telling the girl or whoever, the main character, Nancy in the first one, if I'm not mistaken, like how to kill Freddy, pretty much. Because she was a nun, raped by all these dudes. And then he proceeds to be a maniac who then works the school. It does not molest the kids, just kills a bunch of them, right? Now they changed that in the other, and then the parents find then he gets let off for murder because the court fucks up, and then the parents kill him. That's the original storyline.
Interesting, yeah.
Okay, and now that's the okay. There they are. Okay,
There they are.
so that is Freddy 1. Now Freddy 1, from rewatching it, to be honest, some of the murders in that one or the kill scenes are pretty lackluster, especially coming off watching the Terrifier film. But the storyline alone and how they kind of bring Freddy in and all that is pretty fantastic, and he's iconic in it. But now, from what I've read, and I now know all the answers, the answer is 1, 3, and New Nightmare are the good ones. The rest of them are pretty trash, and I didn't even need to rewatch them. I have watched them all. I own the box set of the Robert Englund box set, but I needed to read and remember how it all works. I forgot what New Nightmare is all about. Now, New Nightmare might be a movie I think Jared would absolutely fucking hate because it's very breaking the fourth wall.
4 or 3?
It's 6 or 7 or whatever. It's the final. It's the final one Wes Craven comes back and makes. Wes Craven was only involved with 1, 3. 3, he writes 3 and helps write it. Nancy returns in 3. And in 3, Lawrence Fishburne works at the insane asylum. And Nancy comes back and helps the next kids who Freddy's now fucking with. And because she's defeated Freddy. The second movie is a group of new kids in the same house that Nancy's family lived in. And it's just picking up kind of where the last one left off. It's kind of trash. It's just nothing special necessarily. It's just a filler movie. And it doesn't really pick up necessarily where the storyline was left off with Nancy. Nancy's the only surviving character from the original movie, Johnny Depp and the other couple, because there's only 3 kills in the whole movie pretty much, right? Oh, no, and the mom it's left to you to decide whether or not the mom dies at the end. Spoilers on a movie that was made.
Yeah.
The mom disappears. I mean, she does die, but she disappears into the bad, and then the dad sees it happening because no one believes Nancy. Everyone thinks she's a fucking psycho, even though every one of her friends has been murdered mysteriously in their bedrooms. And her dad's the lead cop, right? It's classic movie. And the girl, Nancy, does a fantastic job playing it. She comes back in the third one with Lawrence Fishburne, works at the insane asylum. They've put all the kids into the insane asylum. There's only a few kids left in Elm Street or in the town because all the other kids have literally killed themselves. That's the storyline, I think, of the third one. The second one is, the kids get killed again by them. The third one's that. Then Nancy and Wes Craven, the character Nancy and Wes Craven, leave the franchise again. It goes down. I think the fourth movie is whatever's left over of the kids from the last one. All are murdered in that one. So he finishes them. He pretty much finishes off whatever's left in the fourth film. I don't remember what the fifth film is. I think it's like some new people in a fucking house. Who gives a shit? Well, really what it gets interesting again, in my opinion, that's actually the third one. I don't even know where the second one is. Yeah, that's one with Nancy on the cover. And that's, Dream. That's the good one. Okay, so those are the 2 really good ones. And then my opinion would be, and I want to rewatch this because when I read about it, I was like, oh yeah, it's Robert Englund playing himself. Wes Craven plays himself. And the actress, I forget her name, that played Nancy, plays herself. And the storyline is that Freddy Krueger got so popular after that film was made that everybody's like aura or whatever makes him real. And he actually becomes real. And he's trying to break out from the dream world and kill, obviously, Robert Englund or whatever, and Wes Craven. And he goes after the three of them. It's very meta.
And
it's
that's
very
New Nightmare.
That's the final movie they made, New Nightmare. What it's called, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and he stars in it. He himself, Wes Craven. I do not recall all of this. I own it, and I was like, wow, I forgot all about this. And this is the final movie that Robert Englund does, other than he makes one final appearance, obviously, Freddy vs. Jason. That's the last movie Robert Englund actually did as Freddy Krueger, was Freddy vs. Jason. He on record said, and because I read all of this after I got into it, that he thought that the studio fucked up, and instead of rebooting it, he was ready to do Freddy vs. Jason 2. But the fact that they rebooted it, he was like that. He hung up the clause, what he said. And he on record, if you find the article or whatever, he had said that he thought at that time they should have quickly made Freddy vs. Jason 2 instead of trying to reboot it. And he's not wrong. That reboot is horrible. It's one of the worst reboots of any of the horror franchises. The fact that they made him into a child molester only in that one too, and now that I realize it, it's like, why would you even do that? Like, he's an iconic horror character, and you made him into a full-blown creepazoid.
Yeah.
He was already a creepazoid. He murders kids. Let's not write that off.
Yeah, to change it into
he molests all of them. Yeah, it's weird.
Cause weren't they gonna do, if they did a sequel for Freddy vs. Jason, wasn't that gonna be the like Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash?
The comic, yeah, that was always the rumor, yes. But the comic Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash is almost identical to how that movie plays out. Just all of Ash's stuff is gone. they kind of did it without him. So I don't, if they would like, also
okay,
they would have had to rewrite it all. I haven't watched Freddy vs. Jason in a while. It's a fun watch, but it's not a good movie. The ending scene where the two of them are trying to kill each other on that bridge, because what it is, Jerry, if I'm not mistaken, you know he's Freddy's getting Jason to kill the girls and the kids for him. It would have been Ash. Yeah. Freddy's supposed to be trying to get Jason to kill Ash. And then at the end, they all end up fighting because Jason realizes that, Freddy's just in his mind. Or Ash explains it to him or whatever, which is the same thing that the characters end up doing in the movie. So Ash just filled that void that they filled in with like 4 or 5 characters. It also gave them more people to murder, because in the comic, it's just them fighting each other the whole time, versus in the movie, you want more random death, right? Yeah. I got to rewatch these. I wanted to watch more of the motherfucking Freddy Kruegers, but then the World Series kept going on and on and on. And every night, the games were way longer that I couldn't even get a chance to watch movies, which is my own fault. But it was.
I kind of want to rewatch these now, the Freddy's.
I would recommend, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch 3 next, and then I'm going to watch New Nightmare. So I'm going to watch the Wes Craven Freddy's. I'm going to skip all of the middle junker ones from what I've read online. Now, I did read that Freddy's Dead or Freddy 5 has some of the best kill scenes, but the storyline's whatever, I guess. It might be Freddy's Dead has some of the best kill scenes. One of them had rated the best kill scenes, or some of them. But everything I've read is like the storyline of Nancy, who everyone remembers from the Freddy movies. She's in 1, 3, and then she comes back for New Nightmare.
Is it kind of like how some people, is that like a single timeline, or are they counting like 2 and 4 and like, no, that all happened, but these characters are now just back?
I don't know what they explain in New Nightmare, because New Nightmare, I mean, Wes Craven I think he gets writer's credit for the character Freddy no matter what, right? But he only wrote on 1, 3, and whatever New Nightmare is.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's the same thing like with Scream. Like Wes Craven wrote up to 4, or he worked on up to 4. Everything after that is kind of, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't count, but it's not him. You know what I mean? He's dead.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
different vibe.
yeah, and I feel like they try to recapture it, especially even with that. It's the same thing with Halloween. Like, isn't it one? Isn't it one in what? I forget how Halloween 1 and 2 are the same day, right? 2 picks up the next morning, but 2 isn't written by John Carpenter. He only gets
I thought it was
character rights, or does he do 1 and 2? Is it 1 and 2 is the only ones that are?
Look it up real quick. Because 2 is definitely like, she arrives at the hospital and he pops up, like you said, like the next morning or whatever, and it all takes place in the hospital. Like they don't even get out.
Right. Yeah, aren't they like back to back?
Yeah, that's at least as far as I remember. All right, John Carpenter.
But the way that they retcon those or whatever, redo those and pick up from certain points, you're totally right, because there's like ones that pick up from a different point, and then I think when Danny McBride started over, he only goes from 1. He skips all of them.
Yeah.
After 1.
So he did do 2.
So he did 1 and 2. Oh, he did. But when you look up composing for music, he gets the rights on like all of them because he made the song. I forgot that he made the fucking song.
Yeah, he made the, and then all the other ones he just gets characters written, but like
no,
were written by him.
Oh, but he only directed 1.
Yeah, so I guess
Weird.
But he wrote the first 2.
He wrote the first 2.
And it says uncredited for number 3.
But 3 has nothing to do with anything. Literally, 3 literally has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
I guess there's a part with the mask. I heard, or I don't know, I didn't hear this. I saw this on the internet that one of the ideas, maybe Jamie Lee Curtis recently did this in an interview, that one of the ideas for the last Halloween movie that they made recently was that it was going to show a conveyor belt with all the masks on them, which would be, I guess, a reference to Scream 3 or Halloween 3, the witches, whatever. Because I swear they do something similar in that movie. I own that movie too. I think
I've never seen it.
I think I own 1, 2, and 3. I don't own any of the rest of them. I don't own HBO or any of those 4, 5, 6. Halloween Resurrection, which is trash. Halloween Resurrection has to be the worst one in my opinion. HTO's bad, but Halloween Resurrection, that's like the one where they're filming a reality television show. Yeah. That one's really bad. And then I really liked
3 is the only one I haven't seen.
I really liked the Rob Zombie ones at the time, but I hear tons of people talk really badly upon them.
I don't know. At least, because same here. I liked them when they came out, except for the second one. The second one was not as good as the first one.
No, the second one,
did not
no.
Like the whole, he's talking to his mom the whole time or whatever.
Wasn't it also where he's in the thing underneath on fire? Yeah, that dude, whenever he throws in the wife, too heavily.
But I feel 1 maybe might stand up, but I would definitely just watch the original 1 and 2 or the Danny McBride ones, because those ones are really good.
Well, the Danny McBride ones, they pick up after 1, skipping 2, which is interesting.
All this other garbage, everything else, they're like, no, we're good. He definitely just followed the ones that John directed.
Well, we should just I mean, the first movie, where the fuck was it? I just saw it. The first movie clearly is it's got to be an all-time S. The cover alone, the music, every part of it. There's nothing that in that movie that isn't S, in my opinion. The first one. The first one's a masterpiece. Above even Freddy, goes Mike. I like Freddy personally better because he's funny, and that goes a long way with me. But Mike is scarier.
And especially in that one, before the rest, like it's definitely just a dude who's like super strong. Like he doesn't have necessarily the supernatural aspect to it yet of like, oh, he can't be killed. It's just like, no, he's just a big dude who can like fuck shit up. And so it feels very grounded in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen 3. I don't know what to say about, because 3 takes you for such a loop because you've watched Halloween 1 and 2. You're going into the movie theater or whatever, and you're expecting to see something similar. And then it's nothing you ever thought you were going to see. So for that, I kind of like it.
And you know, I do think, because we've talked about it a bit at this point of like the mask and blah blah blah, where it seems like the masks that the kids put on make them, you know, weird stuff happens after they put the mask on. And so like I'm kind of curious for that reason of like, oh, are we gonna get that vibe of like, oh, it's Halloween and people are putting on these masks and they're now not themselves anymore? That I do want to watch 3 now. I feel I've avoided it with the whole like it has nothing to do with Mike Myers and blah 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 blah. But now after we've talked so much about these series, that it's kind of like,
it's
well,
also it's one of those like 4 mini stories in one movie. What do you call that? Anthology?
the anthology, and then somewhere they all like add up or something at some point.
Dude, it's been a minute, Jer. I have to rewatch it. It's been a hot minute. All right, so what are we gonna let's Rob Zombie 1 and 2. So Rob Zombie 1, are we gonna put that's at least an A, right?
Yeah, I'll say the first one he did a good job of like recapturing it, and then I'd probably I'd put the other one at like C.
C, yeah, I figured. You know, the one thing I'll say about the Rob Zombie 2 is that like the Halloween franchise had so many horror, like not so many. It had like 3 maybe bad ones in a row that considered bad, like Resurrection or whatever, horrible. Fucking, or no, we said C. We'll put it at the top of C, up next to Aliens. Actually, Aliens 3 will go above it, but that like an H2O was not good. I don't remember this one, the 5th one, The Curse of Michael Myers. I don't remember that one.
I feel like I have that one confused.
Oh no, that's the
with,
6th
the
too.
little girl.
That's the 6th one. The 5th one is called Halloween 5. I don't remember 3 or 5 or 6, I guess. All 3 of those are forgettable.
Yeah. Because what, 4 is the one that has like the girl in it that he has like.
No, that's 5. And that's wearing wearing the costume that he wore when he was a kid.
Clown costume.
Yeah, that's 5 because you could see it in the knife.
Whoa, Paul Rudd is in Curse of Michael Myers.
Really? I need to get the Mike Myers box set. I wonder if they have that. They must.
Yeah, I would definitely think at this point. Yeah, wow. Curse of Mike Myers. None of this looks familiar.
I don't know if I've seen Curse of Mike Myers. I can't recall 4, 5, 6. I can think of H2O. H2O was with LL Cool J. They're running around that like campus or whatever. There's somebody's in college. She pulls up to help them. But 4, 5, and 6 are very forgotten, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2. Okay. These are going down here too. There's no way these were good. No, Halloween 3 is going to stay in B. Because it's just so fucking weird. I give it props. The other Halloweens are going in C. And H2O and Resurrection should maybe even go in fucking D. To be honest. Because they're really bad. They're bad.
I think I would want to rewatch those. Yeah.
I think I'm going to at some point. Mainly H2O. I want to give H2O another shot. The last time I watched Resurrection, I was like, oh my God, this is because it's so corny. It's like
It's like the hand cams and like
it feels so
just sort of
dated.
all of it.
It feels so dated, and it did not age well at all, man. It was a bad idea then, and it's even worse now. H2O was them trying to. Here's what H2O is, and it's gonna go. I'm gonna leave it in the top of C because I think it might be the most memorable one. H2O, Jer, let's be honest, was them trying to make it into a Scream franchise. They try to like Screamify fucking Halloween, and that's what H2O is. H2O is fucking Screamify. It's 20 years later. It's like, who's in the mask kind of thing. It's like, no one. It's the same guy. What are we talking about? It's still Mike. And I feel like she knows that. She knows that. But like the people she's surrounded by are pretending like they don't. Or something of the sort. And then Resurrection, I think, comes after that. And I don't think Resurrection even follows any of like the storyline by any means.
Yeah, it feels like somewhat of a soft reboot where they're like, well, one still happened, but
Yeah, because she's there.
here's some other stuff.
She's there, but that's the only thing that matters. Now, getting to the Danny McBrides, because I think that's the only ones we have left. Where do they disappear to? Okay, there's 3 of them, right? It's Halloween, which I honestly have to say, fucking stupid name. Stupid name. I hate when they do that. You can't just do that. It's stupid, Danny McBride. That was the biggest mistake. But I really enjoyed it. Halloween Kills. I still was there. I was like, I'm really still enjoying this. Like, he's really doing a thing. And they set up this big fucking ending. So much so that they call it Ends. Halloween Ends. Or it looks like it just says Ends. I swear it was Halloween Ends, but whatever. I have to say, I was kind of let down by that. I thought the end scene with the whole town coming out and all of that was absurd. And it kind of, it was a little too silly.
A little silly.
I think I personally wanted her to become the killer a little bit too. There was a moment, Jer, where in my opinion, they leaned almost into it where you thought it was going to happen. Or the daughter, her daughter, not her granddaughter, but her daughter, who I think ends up getting murdered, right?
I think so.
Either way, I felt like there was something more there that I personally believe they missed, and I think it didn't end as well as it could have. Personal opinion.
No, I'd agree that it's like the first 2 were definitely stronger, and you get to the third one, and it's a little bit of like, oh, that's how this is ending. Like, okay, like better than Resurrection and stuff. But it was compared to the other 2, which were really good, and like you said, you're kind of like, oh, I'm here for this. That was definitely the weakest of the 3, but I like that he got to complete his vision on it. That it wasn't just here's the first one, first 2.
They killed him, and it's actually they actually kill Mike, and there hasn't been a Halloween since, right? The Halloween Ends is the final chapter of the movie so far. I'm sure we're getting it.
3 years ago.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, 2022.
I'm sure there's something in the pipelines. I'm sure, down the road, Mike will pop back up. There's no way he's gone.
And watch, they'll follow it from, they'll do a sequel to Halloween 3 and these 3 masks are back, but with Michael. I'd probably be into that. I'd probably check that out if they we're gonna do this the timeline, but from the one movie nobody liked initially.
Yeah. All right. Well, we tapped it. We're going to finish this. The Predator's on the list too, and I'm going to see the new one this week. I don't think it's going to be good. Pre-predictions: Predator, the new Predator, not going to be good.
I do wonder.
It looks too digital, Jer. I was psyched on it until the newest trailer came out, and the new trailer has a giant monster running up to him, and it just instantly I was like, oh, this looks like tons of digital effects, and I'm out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I saw the original one where they like reveal him and everyone, tore it to pieces for how he looked.
That's fine. I think
haven't
people are
seen
being
any-
stupid about that.
Yeah.
They never repeat the same predator, so it's like they never do. They not once have they ever repeated the same predator. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's fine. But the Wayland robot on his
Everything else.
back, it's like, okay, so they're connecting it to Aliens Earth heavy. It feels like, without seeing the movie, it feels like. But then him fighting tons of digital monsters. I said the same thing about Alien Earth, and I was proven wrong. They made that show really work. I don't love the digital monsters. I'm a little hesitant now. I also saw the Emma Stone movie, Jarrett. You got to see it. I'm not going to say anything else about it because it's one of those types of movies. I cannot even dive into it. I'd love for us to talk about it, but you got to go see it or wait for it to come out. But man, I think something you and Karina both would enjoy. It's a real good movie. It's a movie. You know what I mean?
I do want to see it.
It's fucking good, bro.
Are you going to see the Chainsaw Man movie? That's in theaters right now.
We were going to go today, but Nick D had a migraine or what have you. So we ended up not going. We might try to see it later this week before they pull it out of theaters, but I think this is the final week, if I'm not miscorrect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, but me and Nick D had talked about that, and we were going to go today.
I do want to see, what is it, Bugonia or something?
Yeah, Bugonia. Yeah.
Bugonia.
And then next week, real quick plug. I don't know why I don't work for any of these movie theaters or companies. Is Running Man. I don't love that actor, dude. I think he is pretty good. I think there's a little bit of an overhyped pipe on him, but he's cool. But the real reason to watch it, Jerry, is it's fucking Edgar Wright. And in my opinion, Edgar Wright hasn't really made he hasn't really made a bad movie. I enjoy everything the motherfucker's done. Scott Pilgrim's one of my favorite movies of all time, probably on my top 10 list. Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are fucking masterpieces. The third one's good too, The Saves the World. Not my favorite, but it's good. It's good. I think that this movie, dude, is going to be the sleeper of the year, possibly. And I haven't really watched any of the trailers or anything about it. I just think Edgar Wright's such a good director that he's taken this old IP, a Schwarzenegger IP. He must have had a plan for it, you know. And this is after he got squeezed out of his Disney Marvel deal that he had, because he didn't want to make Ant-Man connect to the rest of the movies. So him and Feige didn't see eye to eye, and he got taken off the project. I'm pretty sure that's the story. But that's also years ago at this point.
Yeah.
That's years ago. That was Ant-Man 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was supposed to direct Ant-Man 1 back in the day, which I think his Ant-Man 2, to be honest, his Ant-Man movie as well would have been badass as fuck because he's such a good director. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim, the way that he does the transitions, it just works.
I mean, yeah, I feel it could have, yeah, exactly. I feel it would have worked for a Marvel movie. They could have made it work. Does Marilyn have any interest in seeing the Springsteen movie?
Marilyn does not like Bruce Springsteen.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom loves Bruce Springsteen.
No, my mom's a Bob Dylan fan. Or was.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I have no interest in the Springsteen movie either. I see
no.
that it's playing.
I asked my mom, she's like, I don't really care about Bruce Springsteen. And I was like, yeah. And then I figured when it comes, she's like, pretty much it was like, when it comes to streaming. It's like, yeah, when it comes to streaming, I'll see that. I hate to say that. I go to the movie theater a lot, Jerry. You know this. That one's going to be a streamer for me.
Okay.
You can't go to a mall. You know what I mean? Like, I can't afford to go to a mall. And I support it as much as I can. But I'd rather see sci-fi shit on the big screen. Like Running Man,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that on the big screen. You know, Bruce Springsteen, I am interested, Jerry. But that seems like I could sit on the couch and probably get that done. Now, I did go see the Bob Dylan movie, but you know I love Bobby D. I could not see that in the theater.
And I feel like you said with the Begonia movie, it's like, I do want to kind of see that in the theater for the reason, as you pointed out, like, I won't be on my phone. Like,
That's
I'll
the
actually
main...
pay attention and kind of get...
There's
wrapped
no
up in
big
it.
scenes, Jer. Here's what I'll say to you, Jer. There's nothing like where I'll be like, you gotta see it in the fucking theater, bro. The visuals. Not really. There's some stuff, but not really. Like, But the not being on my phone with a movie like that, because I'll say this, it's a slow fucking burn. And I would have fucked off that first half and not has been as invested in it to where the burn would have paid out as much. If that makes any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the theater, you're like full fucking focus. I hate to say it. At home, I can't control myself. I have no self-control. I'm going to look at my
Same
phone.
here.
But at the theater,
Yeah,
I'm
you
still a
wouldn't-
good boy.
yeah.
That's ridiculous to look at your phone at the theater. Ridiculous. You can't do that.
I've never. Yeah, I feel that's just in our blood at this point of like, no, at the theater you pay attention. You know, like you said, I've never pulled my phone out and like, oh, let me look stuff up. Or like at home, it'd be like, wait, who's that? How do I know that actor, that actress, or whatever? And then I just fucking get caught up doing that and blah 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 blah.
I'll check the
All of
time.
a sudden, it's like,
But I'll check the time,
Okay,
and when I check the time, I press the actual button. I'm not like leaving the screen. I'm going like that and then like that. You know,
yeah, exactly.
and I'll
It's-
put it back
is
down on
a
my lap.
quick-
If I'm checking the fucking time, it means that I'm not super enjoying the movie, or I'm like, man, this movie's been going. Like, I will say this: I checked the time once during this film because I was like, man, this is going for a while and nothing super is picked up yet. Like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain without fuck it. Not gonna talk about it at all. We're done with it. We're done with that movie.
Yeah.
Go see it. That's gonna be good. And then after that, I don't know, man. The end of the year, it's like what Wicked Part 2. Don't give a fuck really because they pissed me off the first one, as we all know. I talked about it here on the show. And then at Christmas,
Yeah, I
it's
don't even know what the
Avatar.
holiday.
It's Avatar. Now, am I going to see Avatar? Hell yeah. Do I think it's going to be good? No, it's going to be like the last two. It's going to be identical to the last two. BK doesn't understand this, and I'm sure Jared's not going to like what I'm going to say too. You only watch Avatar at the theater. It's a theater-only movie. You don't watch Avatar at home because that ruins Avatar if you watch it at home. It's only cool when at theaters. And for Jared, unfortunately, it's only cool in 3D. It does add to it.
I only saw the first one in 3D, and then it took so long for the second one to come out.
Yeah, it
that
took
I was like, I
years.
don't care.
And now
And
now it's
now
finally like
w-
we're getting them every year now. Like next year we'll get another one. Like we're getting them from here on out.
And for whatever reason, the whole like, oh, he filmed multiple movies at once.
Yeah.
I don't know why that bothers me, but it's just like the whole like, oh, he filmed 10 hours and he's just now making it 3 separate movies. I don't know why it's like.
It is weird. It is weird. It is weird. Because think about it too, like those actors are all done with their shooting on it. Like he shot all
Yeah.
of it. Now he's just editing and
Yeah,
doing
it's just
stuff.
Exactly. Making it
Yeah,
into some
because he's got to
later
add all the
story, and it's
effects
like,
and stuff. He's got all the effects and stuff. Yeah. So it was like it's a time crunch thing where it makes more sense for him to shoot all the footage so that they can start laying over. I get it, but I'm also like it is bizarre, Jared. The thing is to me is like, when is he gonna wrap this up? And is he too old to make another good movie, or like, what are we doing here, James? Like, is it game over? Because think about it. Like when the first Avatar dropped, what had he done before? After, whatever.
let's see.
We can talk about this later, but it is interesting. The James Cam.
Yeah, exactly. He does a really good job with his effects. I will.
But
give
the
him that,
dialogue's
like,
so bad. The storyline and stuff is so ridiculous. You're there for the visuals. You're there. If you're there, like BK gets upset with me saying this. I don't know if Beeks is still here, but if you're there, it's an all visual movie. I'm not there to listen to the weird whatever going on. I don't even know what the last one was about. I saw it, but it looked fucking cool. And there's cool like scenes. My only thing with it, Jer, is that they're fucking long, bro. Like it's like a 3-hour fucking experience. It's like, dog, make 2 of them a year or something. Because I only want to go to the theater.
His big movie. He did smaller movies that I hadn't heard of, but his big movie before Avatar was Titanic.
It's that big of a gap?
Like, yeah, he did a TV short. He did 1 episode of a TV series. He did a TV movie, like the exploring the, I think, when
Because he wanted to make his he'd been working on his own movie franchise. He wanted his own Star Wars or something of the sort, and he thought the Avatar was going to be his ticket to the big show. And I don't think it is. And my reasoning for saying
two things were
what
about goddamn him doing the Titanic stuff. It's Ghosts of the Abyss.
Yeah.
It's him again doing the deep sea stuff to explore it, and then Aliens of the Deep, which I didn't hear is an actual. Nope. Teams up with NASA scientists to explore. Yeah, they're like kind of documentary-ish things at that point. And then he does Avatar. So he did Titanic, bunch of bullshit in the middle, Avatar.
What was I just saying about it?
That is visual.
Oh, the reason it's not like Star Wars or Marvel or any of the big IPs is because there's nothing to go along with it. Like, I don't really ever see any merchandising. There's no video game or like not that like that's everything, but like that's what makes Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek, all those things. The reason the IP is so well known, in my opinion, is because of like all that other shit. Avatar's got nothing, dog.
Yeah, there's not anybody else writing. Like,
and Disney owns it.
A book about this Avatar character and like these spin-offs or whatever. Again, it's just not, unless it's James Cameron giving it to us. There's not anything else about the world.
Does James Cameron, you think
people can?
How much of a percentage did he lay into? Was he those were a part of Fox originally, right? So like, when they went under and Disney swooped all of it, right? They had already spent all the money in the world helping him make those Avatar 10-hour worth of shit, but they hadn't gotten to see any of it. Don't you think that kind of lays into why they ended up going out of business? Like that. I'm not saying it's that's what I'm saying. It's not the only reason, but I wonder how much money they had given him on a project that they're not going to see. And like, we're just now seeing these movies, but Disney's owned Fox for a few years now. Quite a few years now.
Yeah.
Quite a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had spent all that money just with the hopes that it was going to work out. Isn't that crazy if you think about it, Jared? Like, that's kind of crazy.
No, it is, because Avatar 5 is supposed to come out in 2031. So, again, it's more like a decade at least. Like, I think it was around 2020 when Disney bought Fox or whatever.
2021, like 22, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they were definitely like, okay, by the end of the decade, we'll get this movie. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nope.
It's just interesting.
No, not from you anymore. Yeah, that is really a interesting thing. Like you said, of just like, how much money did they give him, and then kind of got nothing in return.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, let's end it here with our wild Avatar takes. I am gonna see it. There's got to be other Christmas movies coming out. It can't just be that too. There's got to be something else more family, or I don't know. Is that the family-friendly film of the Christmas?
There's gonna be a SpongeBob movie. There's gonna be some holiday movie. Yeah, no, there's other stuff. They're probably just waiting. Oh, Winnie the Pooh. There's gonna be a Winnie the Pooh.
There's
movie.
A fucking Fiddler on the Roof remake coming out that year. Oh, Anaconda comes out that month with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. That might actually be good. Oh, and that Will Arnett is that Will Arnett movie that's like serious, where he's a washed-up stand-up comedian, which could either be good and Oscar bait, or it could just be a shitty flop. I think Bradley Cooper directed it, so I don't know. Yep, directed by Bradley Cooper, starring Will Arnett. I was right. He's like a washed stand-up comedian. Is this thing on? That's the name of the movie. I love Will Arnett, though. I do love Will Arnett. Oh, there's a new Five Nights at Freddy's coming out. Who cares?
Yeah, weirdly,
Lone Samurai.
Not a lot of like
Troll 2.
holiday themed.
Yeah, I've not seen anything really. Yeah. Troll 2, Austin. I know you're not watching, but you liked that first one supposedly. This is F1. Is that finally coming to streamers? Because I never got to see that. I always wanted to see that. Motherfucker.
I don't know. I saw that too, and it's just like, why is that on the list where it's like, I thought that already came out?
Yeah. That's fucking weird. I wanted to see that, dude. All right. Well, that's a wrap, everyone. We'll be back next week with some more fun talk. We'll finally maybe finish this Halloween thing. Yeah. And that's that. Until then, thanks for watching.